Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Dragon Stadium for tonight's game between the Vandegrift Vipers and your Cedar Ridge Raiders. Tonight's game provides a showcase for the talents and skills of the students from each school through friendly competition. The performances you will see are the result of many hours of preparation and hard work and are being put on tonight for your entertainment and appreciation. Please encourage them through your cheers, applause, and good sportsmanship. Please do nothing through your actions that would lead them to doubt the value of extracurricular activities. We also ask that you show your appreciation for the students who will be taking part indirectly in tonight's game, the cheerleaders, the bands, the drill teams, and all other spirit organizations. Tonight's game will be conducted according to the rules of the University Interscholastic League. The officials were selected with the consent of both schools, and the ruling should be respected by all. Without them, this game would not be possible. Their knowledge and application of the rules are a result of annual testing, years of study, and continual participation in clinics that further refine
Welcome to Vandegrift Vipers Football on the Vype Live Network. Presented by our Playmaker sponsors, Independence Title, Wayne Weigelt with State Farm, and Chicken Express at 4 Points. Vandegrift Vipers Football on Vype Live is also brought to you by our Black Level sponsors, Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and Steiner Ranch Steakhouse. And our White Level sponsors, Amanda Newman Interiors, Austin Dental, Card My Yard, Floor Coverings International, Rudy's Barbecue, Texas Family Physicians, Texas Malibu, and Tiff's Treats. And now, along with Hank Hudson and Matt Sanders, here's the voice of the Vipers, Merle Bertrand.
Well, good evening and welcome to Vandegrift Vipers Football on the Vype Live Network. My name is Merle Bertrand, coming to you live tonight from Dragon Stadium on the campus of Round Rock High School in Round Rock, Texas, as the Vipers look to bounce back against the Cedar Ridge Raiders. I'm joined once again by lifetime Viper Matt Sanders and Hank Hudson. Brian Spiels will be down on the sidelines for us, and my better half, Christina Weber Bertrand, our QA tonight, keeping an eye and an ear on the broadcast. And guys, for the first time in about 3 years, the Vipers are coming off a loss in district play after falling to McNeil last week. They're physically banged up. The confidence has to be shaken. They're on the road and playing another good opponent. So the million-dollar question is, how will the Vipers respond tonight?
Well, one of the things that we love about football, watching these games on Friday night, America loves its football, is football is difficult. Life is difficult. It's a microcosm for life, guys. It happens in the span of a couple of, 2 or 3 hours. You get to see the ups, the downs, the pitfalls, the challenges. And I boldly predict that tonight, Matt Sanders, we're going to rise from the ashes like a phoenix and go on to victory against the Cedar Ridge Raiders.
Beautifully put. This is such a great opportunity for a bounce back week.
Right.
You don't ask for as a team. You fall short by 3 points to a great McNeil team last week. That's probably their best team I've ever seen in McNeil history. As long as I've watched the Vipers and been in this district, and for them to fall 3 points short, it doesn't feel good. But they played far from perfect. And so that's one of those games where you look at it and say, hey, we could have won the game if we did these things right.
Right.
And I think you go into that week and you say, okay, here's what we need to fix. Here's what we could have done to win the game. Game's in the past now. How do we improve from this? How do we take this in the next week? And we talked about this when they had the first loss to Drip early in the season, week 1. And this is just kind of another one of those a lesson game. You hope not to lose them. You hope you escape by the skin of your teeth,
And learn the lesson, right?
And learn the lesson, and you get the win in the win columns, and you say, all right, that's all you care about is getting that win. But sometimes those games are so necessary to improve as a team and grow. And so this stage is set, and I think Hank is right. I think the Vipers will rise from those ashes they were in last week, and I'm sure when we hear from Coach in the interview, he'll talk a lot about what they will do to kind of bounce back mentally and what they need to see this week. So, what a great opportunity. Excited for tonight.
Yep. Well, let me bring up the district standings here so everybody can kind of catch your breath and see where things stand here. It is very strange to not see Vandegrift on top of the pack with 5 games left to go. All options are still possible, from winning the district outright, sharing it with one or more teams, or even missing the playoffs entirely for the first time since 2012. We're not even going to talk about that option ever again. But, we've been so spoiled, guys, that it's very disorienting to not just be rolling over everyone else. And Coach has been saying it all season long. This is not that team. We are probably going to win our share of games, but it's not going to be like the past couple of years.
Well, one of the things that we've talked about so far this season, and even in past seasons, guys, is the level of competitive play in Central Texas and in this district has increased by tenfold or more over the past several years. I remember when Vandegrift first got into the district, it's just a different feel. It's bigger, it's faster, it's more intense. So, the level of the district has risen. All of these opponents are putting out better ball clubs. I mean, Matt, to your point, that McNeil team last week, that was an impressive performance by them. Yes, the Vipers made many mistakes and had opportunities to win. Maybe you should have put the game away. But a very impressive performance from McNeil. They were good all across the board in every position. The competitive level is raised in this district in Central Texas.
Yeah.
Well, we will see how the Vipers respond here tonight. Lights are on at beautiful Dragon Stadium. That sets the table here. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from Vipers head coach Drew Sanders and get his thoughts on Vandegrift's frustrating loss to McNeil last week and get his thoughts on tonight's matchup with the Cedar Ridge Raiders. You're watching Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
Or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the Vandegrift community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com.
Thank you to our sponsor, Wayne Weigelt State Farm Insurance Agency, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Please visit www.agentwayne.com for all your insurance and financial service needs.
Family time, anytime, always worth every dime. On our way, chicken eat, unbelievable sweet tea. Express tenders, they're the best, not to mention all the rest. Chicken E's the place to go for all of us in the know. Plenty of size to make a meal. Chicken E is for real. Follow me to Chicken E, gotta have their sweet tea.
If you or your Vandegrift athlete have suffered an orthopedic injury or have joint pain, let Dr. Matthew Crawford and his team at Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine take care of you. Dr. Crawford specializes in diagnosis and treatment of sports-related injuries with an emphasis on injury prevention and conservative treatments. He and his team offer cutting-edge arthroscopic and minimally invasive surgical techniques. Visit them today at austin-orthopedics.com. Let Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine keep you at the top of your game.
And we're pleased to be joined once again in the pregame show by the head coach of the Vandegrift Vipers, Coach Drew Sanders. And, Coach, it was inevitable, I guess, that at some point somebody other than Ron Rock was going to hang a loss on the Vipers. Your thoughts on a frustrating 17-14 loss against the McNeil Mavericks?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good description, frustrating. I mean, we had multiple chances to win the game. The Vandegrift Vipers usually find a way to win that game. And instead we didn't, and so we have to face the facts of that, and we've got to figure out why not, and we got to evaluate all aspects of our program, coaching and offense and defense, special teams, all of it. But we definitely had plenty of chances, and it's a shame, it's a weird feeling losing a district game. We haven't done that in 3 seasons, I believe. But it's they're over there celebrating. We've got to find a way to turn our pain into some action. Right. We've got to find a way to take our disappointment and turn it into determination. We've got to continue to work and get back to who we are and what we can do, what we believe our potential is. Because I still believe we have great potential in this team, and I think they do too. Mm-hmm. We had a great week of work this week, and so we're excited about getting back on the field and proving who we are.
Well, Matt and I were talking a little bit before we went on there, and on the air too. We really expected a totally different kind of game. Looking at the relative strengths and weaknesses of both squads, we expected maybe a track meet kind of game, a 42-38 kind of game. Didn't get that. Talk about the job the Viper defense, who had a big part of that. Talk about the job that they did.
Really impressed with the Viper defense. Overall, we didn't get the one stop that we probably needed in the second half, maybe to stop that field goal or whatever else, but that ended up being the difference. But, man, made multiple stops. We finally are getting takeaways now, right, which is what we've kind of been our mainstay over the past 15 years is getting our offense multiple chances. So that was positive and kind of got us back in the game and got us to tie the game, after our takeaways and stops. So super pleased with that. We've got several guys coming into their own and figuring it out. And, our guys that are back from last year are really leading the charge, particularly Hugo and Parker, both making big-time plays. But there's a lot of guys making plays.
On the other side of the ball, offensively, this game reminded me so much of the Lake Travis playoff game a couple of years ago. Just, it's right there for the taking. Just couldn't find that consistency. Talk about that and what you think some of the solutions are going forward.
Well, it's frustrating when you watch it as a coach, and I'm sure as a fan too. We did move the ball. We only had a couple of series where we didn't get a first down. You're looking at so many different chances. And looking back, it went forward on fourth down multiple times, but we have made a living on that over the last several years. Everybody's always in the now of, what were you thinking at that time. But man, we have finished so many games off and so many opponents off with going forward on 4th and 1 and 4th and 2. They just had the right stunt, or we didn't block the right guy, or we didn't make the right decision, or all those things kind of factored in. And then, you look back, hindsight's 20/20. Maybe I take a field goal on that second attempt from the 23. You could go back and forth on that. But what you try to do is you try to focus on what didn't work. Let's look at it and why. And then you also talk about what did work. And so we had a lot of things that did work. A lot of our quick passing game was very good. A lot of our run game, Jay Moe had a great game. I think he had 100 and something yards and a couple touchdowns. And that's with some O-line injuries. We already have multiple O-line injuries. And so, we're proud of that. But it obviously wasn't enough. We got to score more than 14 points if we're going to win the rest of our games. And so the offense knows that. We know that, and we're working hard to fix those problems and get back where we are scoring where we normally do. Last year, of course, we were in the high 30s.
Right.
We'd love to get back to that. So we're working hard to get there.
Going back to the fourth down for a second, it almost feels like I said in the first question, law of averages. How many times have the Vipers picked up the fourth down? How many times have you guys stopped the other team from picking up the fourth down? This time it just didn't work out for you guys.
Yeah, it's crazy to not get one of them. It really is. You probably look at it. If I get 2 of those 5, we win by 14. It's crazy. That's probably how the game goes. But you don't get to play ifs and buts like we didn't make it. They stopped us, and so congrats to them. And then we go and trying to fix what we're doing on 4th down. And you also are looking at what you're doing on 3rd and medium, so maybe you can convert some of those, and you don't get to the 4th and 1 or the 4th and 2. And so we look at all of it. And then, like I said earlier, is there value at times in kicking the field goal on the 4th and 3? Because that is different than a 4th and 1.
Right.
And so, because I do have a good field goal kicker. Wiley Olson does a great job. And so, we're looking at all that and evaluating. And every single game is so different, and it's like a living, breathing, it's just organism almost, because every decision you make stacks on top of another one. But, yeah, we evaluate it all, and we still think we're a good team. And so we're working really hard this week to get back and get after Cedar Ridge.
On that note, Vandegrift Vipers head coach Drew Sanders, a guest here on the pregame show. Next up, Vipers on the road at Dragon Stadium against the Cedar Ridge Raiders. Haven't figured them out. Sometimes they look like world beaters. Sometimes they come out a little flat and get their head handed to them. What can you tell us about the Cedar Ridge Raiders?
Man, they are. They've been hot and cold. They've been super aggressive on defense and then play pretty basic. They got a new OC, hired him from Hutto. He's very, very good and very experienced, so he gives people problems. You look at they haven't had a problem scoring points, and so that's going to be a big challenge for us on the defensive side. But they have given up some points, so that is positive for us. But they've got an amazing tailback. They've got a couple of them, but one is really lightning quick, not particularly big, but lightning quick, and they've got 3 or 4 really good receivers. And then they've kind of been playing 2 quarterbacks. The last couple of games they've just played 1, 17. And so it'll be interesting to see, how that, I guess I would assume with them winning, they would probably keep, I think he passed for like 300 yards last week on Stony Point's secondary. So, but yeah, that's offensively. Defensively, they are basing out of the 4 down. Like I said, they do blitz more than last Cedar Ridge staff. And so they definitely aren't afraid to blitz and bring some pressure, 5- and 6-man pressures. And they have talent up front. I think probably They have a lot of talent everywhere and look really good in their uniforms, but I would say their front probably is their strength of their team. And they also have a very good kicker. So, I mean, this is a solid program. There's a reason they're 3-3. They have played well in all and really in parts of all their games and had leads. And so they're definitely a dangerous team.
Well, last week we talked about the relationship you have with Coach Hermes, how well you guys know each other, trying to coach against each other. Totally different situation this year. They've got a brand new head coach, Brian Bartleman, coming in, not even from the area. How does that affect your game planning at all, having somebody that you haven't faced before?
Thankfully, we've got several games on them now at this time of the season. Man, I would have really not known what to do if I'd have played them week 1 of district, and so they everybody is going to put out what they need to do to win games, because once you hit district, you've got to give your best.
Right.
Our district is really even this year, and so I think with the tape study and everything else, I think we have a good idea of some of the things they like to do, and of course we can't know everything he likes to do or how he manages the game, but we'll figure that out over the years as we go against each other. But obviously I think he's doing a great job. His team looks organized, prepared, and it's going to be a very tough test on Friday.
Well, as we're headed in this game, it kind of feels like week 2 after the loss of Dripping Springs. Everybody thinks the sky is falling, but when you look at the big picture, Vipers are right back in it. Everything's on the table, including the district title, all the way down to not making the playoffs at all. You stay focused day to day here. What's your thought, and what are you telling the team heading into the second half of the season here?
We're definitely disappointed that we're not in the driver's seat for the undefeated district title. But that doesn't mean that it can't still be a co-district title, or we could be outright. You never know. Yeah. And so we touched on that briefly, but the main thing we talked about was just fixing our errors, having a great week of practice with tons of energy, and then taking 1 week at a time. That has been very successful for us over the years, whether coming off a win or a loss, is just taking this week, act like you don't have any other games the rest of the season, and giving your best. And I think the guys have done that, and hopefully you'll see that on Friday night.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Any final thoughts here before we let you go?
No, thanks. I appreciate you being here, Merle.
All right, Vandegrift Vipers head coach Drew Sanders, a guest here on the pregame show. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
Viper fans, is your home in need of a refresh? Whether you want a full-service home renovation or it's time to create your dream kitchen or bathroom, A. Newman Interiors has you covered. We will use our preferred pricing with major brands to choose the most perfect furniture and finished selections for any space in your home or office. A. Newman Interiors has proudly served the 4 Points community for over 10 years, and there's no better clients than our Viper fans. Call 626-310-2315 today to schedule your free consultation.
Floor Coverings International in Lakeway makes shopping for your new flooring easy. Floor Coverings International carries a full assortment of flooring to fit the purpose of the room, your lifestyle, and budget. Locally owned by Kevin Temple and family, Floor Coverings International offers free in-home consultation with a design associate. At Floor Coverings International in Lakeway, our goal is making your home flooring project a positive and convenient customer experience. Visit us today in Lakeway or online at lakeway.floorcoveringsinternational.com.
And we welcome you back to Dragon Stadium. Captains getting ready to meet at midfield for the coin toss. Merle Bertrand, Hank Hudson, and Matt Sanders here. Brian Spiel's down the sideline. Christina Weber-Bertrand, our QA tonight. As the Vipers getting ready to take on the Cedar Ridge Raiders. Vipers, the road team tonight, looking very sharp down there with the white jersey, the anthracite pants. I think that's gray or silver to us guys up here in the booth. The big, thick white stripe down the side, black numerals, and the chrome dome, the chrome helmets. Man, those look good. I got here early enough to see them warming up down in the field when the sun was shining off of those things, and it was reflections everywhere.
Unbelievable. You know what I have to say, Merle, you've been a really good influence on me in many ways, but one of the things that you've influenced me is I've started using the word anthracite in my everyday vocabulary. I just can't, it just pops out in the most unusual times.
Yeah, he's like Webster over here with all these, pulling out all these words. I'm a Mary Hardin Baylor College graduate. It's an elite level school. I never heard of that word until you brought it up, Merle. So
well,
there you go.
I got it from your dad. So there you go. who else would I get that from? So we're getting standing by for the national anthem here. The Vipers coming in here at 3-2 overall after the 17-14 loss to Cedar Ridge last week at home. The Cedar Ridge Raiders and the new head coach Brian Bartleman, who took over from longtime coach Sam Robinson, come in at 3-3 overall, 2-2 in the district after an impressive comeback win over Stony Point, 42-38 last week. And we're going to turn it over now to our PA as the color guard takes the field for our national anthem.
And Naval Science Instructor, Master Gunnery Sergeant Ishmael Castillo of the United States Marine Corps. Presenting the colors, Cadet Montero, Cadet Fullerton, Cadet McGregor, Cadet Morton. Now to honor our country, award-winning Cedar Ridge High School headliners will sing the Star Spangled Banner. Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Cedar Ridge Director of Choirs, Kara Kopecki, our national anthem. Please remain standing until the colors have left the field.
All righty, so nice job on the national anthem. The Vipers get ready to take on the Cedar Ridge Raiders. The 8th overall meeting between these two teams. The Vipers now lead the series 7-0 after shutting out the Raiders 47-0 last year at Monroe Memorial Stadium. Tonight also marking our 820th Vipers cast overall on KMAX Sports and Vype dating back to 2009. And we talked about it a little bit as we went on the air here tonight. Vipers a little bit banged up. Their pride's a little hurt. This is a dangerous game, but I think they would feel so much better about themselves getting the win, knowing they've got Maynard coming up next week. As Coach said, get a little momentum maybe heading into the final home stretch of the season here.
Yeah, and I think that it's so huge at this stage where, you know, you have 2 losses on the season to start stacking some wins in a row and kind of regain that confidence. Because once you start getting those wins stacked up, it comes a lot easier and more of an expectation. Right. You that the losses kind of move in the past. You stop worrying about them as much, and so that's such a huge thing to get back on track tonight. I think this win is more just about responding from a tough loss that, you know, you really haven't as a program had a loss like that outside of the Round Rock loss we talked about. First team to beat Vandegrift in this district since we moved over to this district, and that was in 2018 was our first year in the district, you know, and that was we're getting close to that, you know, 7 years ago. It's 7 years of not losing any of those teams. So to kind of have that, you just need to bounce back.
Vipers will kick it off, and the ball's in the air. We are underway from Dragon Stadium. Fielded at the 10, back to the 15. Now the fumble, ball's out, scramble for it at the 15 line.
Vipers
got it.
Pile of Vipers.
Unbelievable. That's number 38 who made the contact. Jacob Smith, a senior defensive back, came in and made a great strip on the football. Vipers opportunistic early, and what a way to start the game.
I mean, you can't ask for a better start than that. You get, you know, Coach harped on it all last week, and we finally saw the defense come away with some takeaways last week versus McNeil. Didn't result in the win, but you kind of saw this defense that's so used to those big plays and getting the ball back to their offense. And Coach talked about it in the pregame, and here we are. Special teams turnover, not by the defense, but that's something that you just love to see. And what a way to get momentum on your side to start the game if you punch in for 7 points here.
So first down and 10 from the Raider 15-yard line, going left to right. Teodecki in the shotgun. Dropping back to pass, looking. We got a receiver open over the end zone, intercepted in the end zone. They're going to bring it out the other way, out to the 10 of the 15-yard line. I think it was picked off by Trent Bell, the sophomore defensive back. And, boy, what a way to start. A turnover on the kickoff return and a turnover on the end zone.
It's a good thing. I hope you didn't go to the concession stand, ladies and gentlemen, because it's first 2 plays from scrimmage, we've seen 2 turnovers, and
oh my goodness.
But that's a great play by the safety there.
Great read.
Ball was up in the air a little bit. You didn't, we've seen Tedecki throw it on a rope a lot of times there.
Mm-hmm.
A little more air under that throw, but full credit to the senior defensive back from
I hope
Cedar
no
Ridge.
one's shown up late because of traffic, because this game's off to an insane start. Here we go.
Raiders gained 2 yards in that transition. Now flags coming in. So they had the ball, would have had the ball at the 15-yard line except for the fumble. Now they've got it at the 17 after the interception in the end zone. I think this is going to push them back an extra 5 yards.
I mean, I can't remember the last time I watched a football game in general where on the opening kick you have the fumble recovered by the team, and then you go take a shot to the end zone, and then it's immediately intercepted by the defense. So it's like nothing happened. We're back. It's not the greatest kickoff. So honestly, I guess net positive for the Vipers. That's where I'm at right now.
And Snoga hands it off left side. I imagine this is Devonish on the carry. Get a look at the number here. Out to the 14-yard line to get a couple yards back. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 12. Cedar Ridge averaging 37.3 and 443.5 yards per game. Dylan Snoga 65 out of 110 for 1,053 yards. 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions for the junior quarterback. And Devonish 87 carries, 694 yards, averaging 8 yards a carry with 8 touchdowns. He's in the backfield now to the left side of his quarterback, Snoga. 2 receivers right, 2 to the near side. 2nd down and 14. Play action pass, pump fake, and whistles blow again. Procedure. So, what a weird start to this game.
I mean, this is as nasty as it can get. You get the fumble. Definitely that's kind of an error on the kick return right there. Then and not a great decision, or no, not the best ball, and it gets picked off. And then immediately 2 procedure penalties by the Raiders. This is a nasty start to a football game.
A bit sloppy from Cedar Ridge here. 2 free plays, 2 procedure penalties.
Yeah, and dump pass underneath here. Would he make the catch? No, incomplete.
What a catch.
Beautiful job. A nice catch, but shoved out of bounds by Chase Ritchie, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and long.
I mean, that was a textbook defensive back play by Ritchie. He gets in and meets the receiver right as the ball hits his hands. But what a catch by number 5, McGill, on the sideline, toe tapping that one in.
2nd leading receiver on the Raiders squad. Big chance to get off the field here. 3rd down and long. 3rd and 19 from back at about the 9-yard line. Snoga standing on his own 4. Under pressure, fires over the middle of the field. One-handed catch across the 25, out to the 30, and out to the 43-yard line. What a catch by Christian Hall.
Wow, that's a great job by Hall there. Ball delivered in stride, but he had to really do some work to get that ball reeled in. A big gain for the Cedar Ridge football team. What a start to this game.
Now a handoff, and flags come in again. Just
procedure.
And boy, the quarterback Snoga was about a step away from getting plastered by Luke Davis, who was coming in untouched. Threw it off his back foot in stride.
What a grab by Hall there. He's listed on the thing as a running back, but I don't think a running back makes a catch like that.
Yeah, when you catch it like that, what that tells me is he saw the ball late, so he didn't get his head around maybe as quickly as he needed to, but he saw the ball late and made a super athletic play there to haul that one in.
1st and 15. A fumble. High snap. Scramble for it. Vipers say they got it again at the 34-yard line. And I believe they do.
Yeah, they signal they got the football, and that's
and then a flag comes in after the fact.
This HVV came up with the football that time, and
there we go.
What an auspicious beginning to the ball game,
so
gentlemen.
we've had more turnovers in the game than we've had minutes come off the clock.
I mean, this is insanity to start this one. I'm at a loss for words with how many turnovers. Just the ball is going back and forth. No one wants this ball past this 30-yard line. They're just like, here, you have it. No, you can have it. Give it right back over to the Vipers. I wonder what the flag is going to be on.
It was unsportsmanlike. The official first pointed at Vandegrift, then pointed at Cedar Ridge, and then pointed back at Vandegrift. So apparently unsportsmanlike after the fumble recovery on the Vipers.
Yeah, I did see a little extracurricular activity kind of in that pile, a little shove as everyone's kind of getting off the ball. So I think maybe the ref saw that a little late, didn't like it. But either way, you're very happy with getting a turnover there, getting the ball back to your offense. And you set up this Viper offense who, earlier in the season looked like high-powered, and then last week really struggled, and then the first drive you throw the interception. So wondering if it's, just have the yips right now, and if they can get out of that rhythm and put a good drive together.
So first down, Vipers at the Raider 48-yard line. Straight ahead handoff. No, but it's Tedecki keeping himself to the 45. Breaks 340, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5 miles. Tedecki, the Kansas State commit, scores a touchdown against the purple and white. 6-0 Vipers.
Okay, we got two plays from scrimmage with Vipers. We threw an interception into the end zone and a 48-yard touchdown scamper by your quarterback.
I mean,
this
you can't make it up. I don't know what this is.
It's like we're playing Sega.
This is like a
PlayStation.
Madden 25 game. This is like when I play with my buddies and you just kind of fool around, do whatever. But what a response from Tedecki. Makes a good read, pulls it by himself, and has to shrug off a defender, and then just turns on the wheels. I knew he could run, but I didn't know he was that fast. That outran the entire defense. And what a response. You go from the turnover to the end zone. And the kick is
good from Wiley Osborne. Stays perfect on the season.
I guess you go from the turnover to such a big play. It's such a good bounce back for that veteran leader quarterback.
Absolutely.
Really nice play by Tedecki.
Called his own number. I don't know if I can call him the hefty lefty anymore. I mean, we move like that. I mean, the guy outran the entire Cedar Ridge defense. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he got in space and he was gone. I thought somebody was going to track him down from behind.
Yeah, very nice. What a start to the game. Unbelievable, unprecedented. I haven't seen it before. Just when you think you've seen it all, Matt Sanders, what a unusual sequence to start this game.
I've watched a lot of football in my life, and I have not seen a game start like this except, maybe in Madden or College Football 26. I don't know. This is –
And 2 minutes have yet to go off the clock.
I think we're in – maybe last week was kind of the lull of the defensive game.
Right.
Maybe we're off to the races in this one, which, not what anyone expected. But I would not be opposed to a little bit of a high-scoring fest. Let's get off to the races.
So 7-0 Vipers, 10:08 to go first quarter. Vandegrift kicking off from left to right. Cedar Ridge with the black jerseys, white pants, and the purple helmet. And the fans on both sides have to be a little shell-shocked here.
I still cannot calm down from what.
Yeah, I'm shell-shocked. They kicked it short on purpose last time, I think, because we know the Vipers have the leg to kick it out of the end zone. Let's see what they do this time.
And it's going to be a shorter kick again. Going to be fielded at about the 2-yard line. They're going to bring it out to the 5 to the 10. Cuts at the 15 and stacked up at about the 17. Pushing the power forward out to the 20, out to the 21-yard line. Nice return. Good coverage, but a good return, good push. And Cedar Ridge will start this drive. First down 10 from their own 21-yard line. 9:59 to go first quarter. Vipers up by 7.
Kickoff return that time, number 25, Aiden Mitchell, like a heat-seeking missile. He was the first guy there. And then I believe it was Marshall Lindenberger who applied the initial hit to bring the ball carrier down. So great special teams play from the Vipers.
So here comes Snogan Company to lead the offense out on the field. First down for the Raiders at their own 21-yard line.
And last drive, they had such an explosive play on that third down, and that's kind of what you fear from this Viper defense. They've had that problem all year long.
Surprised there wasn't another flag. And the handoff to Devonish, and he's going to be stacked up for about a 3-yard loss.
Crushed in the backfield by this Viper front. They are having a night so far. Law in there with DVV and Thomas Foote. Wreaking havoc.
I'll meet you 3 yards deep in the backfield.
I'm really surprised it wasn't a flag. The Cedar Ridge didn't look like they got up the snap at the same time.
All night long they've had I feel like all night long it's been 3 minutes here, but they've had issues timing up this snap count with what they're actually doing in their motion. So we'll see if this problem continues, but it's been kind of a drive killer so far. 2nd and 13 for Snoga. He's got the empty back set, dropping back, slant pattern underneath, complete over the middle of the 25, and going to be knocked down to the 28-yard line. First Ball's
contact
out.
by Tyler Miller.
Ball's out again.
Vipers are saying they've got it, waiting for word from the official.
And they're going to mark him down.
They're going to say he was down. That was hauled in by Christian Hall, who had the nice catch before. But it sets up a 3rd down and medium here. 3rd and about 5 to go from the 27-yard line.
I was talking to Coach a little bit before this one, and he mentioned that this offense, while they're high-powered, have a lot of weapons, do have a hard time hanging onto the football at times and will cough it up. And we've already seen it multiple times, and right there, almost another fumble.
Handoff left side, and that's why Hall's listed as a running back, and he's going to lose about 5 or 6 yards. Pick your poison right there. Gavin Law, HDB on the stop. There were 2 other white shirts there. 4th down, the punting unit is on.
A whole nest of Vipers playing in the enemy's backfield. That's the right place to be.
Really nice stop.
Great penetration up front. Vipers looking good.
Senior Cooper Toga set the punt away, averaging 40.3 yards per punt. He'll hit it from about the 10-yard line. Back deep to receive for the Vipers is probably the Brock Chilton or Ontario Jacqueline. It's Chilton, number 1. Good snap back. High kick, but pretty short. Vipers need to get away from that thing. It's going to be down at the 46-yard line. So great field position again. Vandegrift will start the drive again on the Cedar Ridge side of the field. Martha Frizel writing in says, prayers from Kentucky for Parker Cecil, number 71, and all the Vipers and opponents for no injuries. Let's get this W. We love you, Auntie Lane and Uncle Jeffrey. On voicesofthevipers@gmail.com.
Yeah, good to see Cecil back in the lineup after, had a small injury last week and wasn't able to finish that game, but glad to see him back. He's such an integral part of this whole offensive line, and the whole unit's kind of been dealing with injuries all year, so right now they look like about as healthy as they can be, and they've been doing a great job tonight.
So 1st and 10 Vipers from the 45-yard line. Straight ahead handoff to Justin Moore. Up the middle to the 40 to 35, and inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line. A quick hitter right up the gut for 11 yards, and Vandegrift on the move.
There's that burst from Moore you're used to seeing, and Vipers are going quick here.
Teodecki swing pass left side in the slot, complete. Spins free inside the 25 down to the 21-yard line. Just a slant pattern to Chase Phillips, who banged off of 2 tacklers, and Vandegrift on the move.
And they're finding something they like in this defense right now where they're just kind of going quick. Went back out of the same formation there, but instead of running the ball, went to that quick hitter. And again, pretty high tempo here for this Viper offense.
First down at the 21-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 to the far side. Teodecki. Swing, fade, play action over the left side. Caught, touchdown Vipers. Brock Chilton on the play fake. Fooled me for a second. Bit of a low throw, but easily handleable by Chilton, and the Vipers have come out on fire.
Well, I tell you what, it settled down into something resembling a normal football game. But the Vipers only take like 4 plays there to go about half the length of the field after the short kick and a really nice throw and a really nice catch. It's not as easy as it looks to be running full speed one direction and have to reach down and cherry pick the ball off the when the throw is low. So great job. Just as usual, number 1 Brock Chilton makes it look easy. Vipers going to be up 14-0 after this conversion.
Ooh, that was close to being blocked, but Olsen got it through, and it was 7:22 to go in the first quarter. Cedar Ridge had to come in here feeling smelling a little blood in the water maybe, and they're having a decent season. They're battling for a playoff spot themselves, and the Vipers have come in here and taken this crowd completely out of this game here with 14 points in the first quarter.
Yeah, this is I don't know what this environment is. I mean, it looks like it's La-La Land out there with everything that's going on tonight, but the offense is synced up. Really nice drive there, and they were high tempo. This Cedar Ridge defense, they like to add a lot of extra pressure. They'll usually add an extra man. They play a lot of man coverage in their back end, and you saw right there when you're man-on-man with Brock Chilton and he's running a nice little deep slant. He's most of the time going to beat you foot for foot there with the speed. And Teodecki delivers a solid pass just enough for Brock to outrun his man and scampers his way into the end zone. Really nice play. And, that's one of those things where after you kind of see that a couple times, you see the speed of Chilton, you might think, okay, maybe we don't want to man him up one-on-one because of his speed. So a really nice play, and he's just a difference maker. And anytime you get the ball in his hand, he's going to make a great play like that.
Yeah, Brock Chilton on the season. 40 catches, 388 yards, 9.7 yards per catch is coming in tonight. And that was his 4th touchdown reception of the season.
Boy, he's so explosive off the line of scrimmage. I mean, his release to the inside, on those inside slant routes, I mean, that's an extremely difficult thing to defend if you give a guy a release in there like that. Opposing coaches must have nightmares trying to defend against a guy, especially one-on-one.
So do broadcasters who think that the running back has the football. That kickoff drilled out of the end zone, and Cedar Ridge will start this drive first time 10 to the 25-yard line. Their best field position of the night, ironically, to start a drive from.
You are right. Cedar Ridge has started on their own 17, their own 21, and their own 25. To contrast that situation, the Vipers' 3 drives have started all on the Cedar Ridge half. On the 15-yard line, we threw an interception on the 48. And Miles Teodecki takes it in for the 48-yard run, and then he started on their 46. So Vipers winning the field position battle.
And that's complementary football. You get your offense set up in situations like that with how lethal this offense can be. You're going to get points.
Snoga. Handoff left side. Devenish trying to cut up to 25. Breaks free across the 30 and almost broke it all the way. Knocked down to the 35-yard line. A 10-yard pickup. Maybe a touchdown-saving tackle from Cole Stevens, just a sophomore.
Yeah, he didn't make the tackle there, but number 21, Trace Ritchie, doing a great job sealing the edge. playing that rule of 21 as a cornerback on that side. You got to have 21 people inside of you at all times. Turns that thing into the back into the inside, or it might have gone for more.
First down 10 at the 35-yard line. I think Coach mentioned he's never started so many sophomores since maybe year one. And the handoff up the middle and going to be stacked up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Nowhere to go.
Graydon Altrudo, the junior defensive tackle, split the double team there. Arrived first, had plenty of help from his compadres, and nothing happening for Cedar Ridge on that run.
Raiders having a hard time finding any space up the middle right now. They're having having to go outside, having to find creative ways to get the run game going because this middle of the field right now is owned by the Viper defense.
And they've got some big fellows up front. 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line. Snoga in trouble. Rolls away from the pressure. He's got some running to the 40 to the 45. Bounces to the outside, stays on his feet, and finally knocked out at the 48-yard line. I think getting a shoestring was Chase Ritchie, just enough to get Snoga to fall, but a nice pickup and a nice scramble by the quarterback.
Well, I tell you what, he did a great job there with his vision because Rohan Sturgeon was coming off the edge unblocked with a full head of steam, and discretion is a better part of valor, and he gets 14 yards for his effort.
First down and 10 across midfield for the first time. Handoff left side, and Devonish nowhere to go. Wrapping him up is Brady Cernchik and friends. A loss of 2. Has Cedar Ridge had a positive play in first down yet tonight?
I mean, I don't think so. My goodness, this Vandegrift front looks possessed. I don't know. They've come with an aggression to them I haven't seen all year. They are just punishing this offensive line for the Raiders. There's just not a single foot of room for this running game right now.
Well, you talked about, I think, in week 2, Matt, how Coach wanted to see those defensive numbers go down. The defense now giving up just 16.4 points per game and under 300 yards a game. They're going down. Defense is playing well. Swing pass right side, complete to the 35 or 45, and going to be dropped for no gain in the play. Viper swarming to the football.
And that play absolutely erased once again.
Well, another job, great job by the corner on that side this time. At number 39, Luke Davis, and one of those sophomores that we talked about. And he does such a great job there, guys, keeping his outside shoulder free because the receiver's trying to pin you inside so you can kick that outside.
Right.
He does a great job keeping his outside shoulder free, seals that back inside, and that's where all the good guys are. The guys are going to help him negate the play.
3rd and 12 coming up from the Raider 49-yard line. One receiver right, trips here to the near side. Snoga dropping back, pressure coming from the edge again, flushes him out of the pocket. He's going to go down.
Drop.
Coming in, I think it was Rohan Sturgeon.
It is that man. Sturgeon got a little bit eluded last time he came in the backfield, but that time he's collecting his sack lunch money there. Really
I tell you what, the Viper defensive front looks like they're playing mad, which is what you want.
I'm loving what I'm seeing right now from this D line.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a chip on the shoulder. I mean, you coming in off of that loss to McNeil, and I think the Vipers look feisty. They look like they're playing mad.
Back to punt it away is Togus. Good snap back and a high, better punt this time. Chilton going to call for the fair catch and make it at the 23-yard line. As Jason Spear writes in, says, good luck today, Vipers, and Miles Theodecki. We're pulling for you from Michigan, from Uncle Jason and Amy, Olivia, Sophia, and Adam. Thank you for the email at voiceofthevipers@gmail.com.
Viper offense first drive, not past the 50 here, where they got to drive the field a little bit. Set up right around the 23-yard line. So we'll see if the offense, we've seen the explosives when they're already in plus territory, but let's see if they can kind of have a nice sustained drive here.
3:47 to go, opening quarter. Vipers up by 14. 2 receivers left and jumping across the line. This should be a first down and 5 as Teodeco at the hard snap count got the Raiders to jump.
Number 77, the right tackle, Carter Mannon, exchanging words with his counterpart on the other line of scrimmage is number 8. Benjamin Sears. What do you think they're talking about, Matt Sanders?
Right there, it's a little bit of trash talk. You definitely, Mannon does a great job initiating that flag too. You're taught as an offensive lineman, like if they get in your range where you can reach at them, touch them, it's on the defense immediately because there's contact. So right there, you definitely say a couple friendly words, maybe, hey man, don't do that next time. Something a little friendly. Nothing too bad.
And I'm sure it's all completely PG.
Yeah. Oh yes.
1st and 5 from the 28-yard line. Teodecky dropping back. All day to throw. Now rolls to his right a little bit, buys himself some time. And shakes off one tackler, heaves it up the sideline, got a receiver behind the defense, and couldn't track it down. Ontario Jackman had gotten behind the defense. What a throw by Teodecki to heave that thing about 50 yards down the field, and Jackman just couldn't quite locate it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw there was some improvisation by Teodecki and his receiver, number 15, Ontario Jackson. He broke that route off. He was coming across the field, made eye contact there with Miles Teodecki, turned up the sideline, almost converted a big play there, but great communication between these Viper offensive masters.
Great protection by that front. Gave them all day to throw and create kind of a blown play, almost connected for a big one.
2nd down and 5 from the 28-yard line. Same formation for the Vipers. Pass left side off the fingertips and dropped by Thomas Beekler. That ball got to him pretty quick and a little high. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5. Really the first sort of misfire we've seen tonight from Teodecki.
Yeah, I like the read, though. I like what we're seeing here. Again, the Raiders are known for kind of bringing that extra man right there. You saw them time the snap pretty perfectly, bringing an extra backer off that boundary side. And that's your trigger right there to hit your inside slot receiver as fast as possible. So he makes the right decision, just doesn't connect on the throw.
Big 3rd down here to keep the offensive drive going. 3:34 to go, 3rd and 5 from the 28-yard line. Teodecki, I believe that's Brown in the pistol. And they give it. Nope. Teodecki rolling left. He's going to tuck it under. He's got some running room and steps out of bounds to the 33-yard line.
Great awareness, great decision making there by Teodecki. You saw him go through several progressions there, guys. It's he's got that camera shot, camera angle, moving his feet, getting his eyes downfield, nothing there. Turn it up, 6-yard run, 1st down Vipers.
I mean, he looks like he can knit a sweater back there right now. He's just
got
sitting back, relaxing. This O-line's in a great job tonight of picking up these pressures and holding off this really good front, which is kind of the main strength of this defense.
Vipers flip the formation, put more in the backfield, down by Teodecki with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the far side. Play action, pass, right side, complete. Oh, dropped again, boy. Beekler that time just started to try to run before he had it tucked away. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, the last one, that would have been a really difficult catch. But that one, I think the Beak wants that one back.
Mm-hmm. And he's one of those players where, we've seen him have kind of drops maybe early in the game, but you can keep coming back to him. He's going to make that catch when you need him. He's such a sure-handed wide receiver. So really uncharacteristic for him to drop one like that.
He's emerged as the Vipers' number 2 receiver on the season. He'll get his before the night's over. 2nd down and 10 from the 34-yard line. There's a draw play up the middle, and maybe a couple yards on the play, swarmed under by the Raider defense. The Sirius defense is giving up 43.3 yards points per game. So, on paper, McNeil's giving up a lot of yards, and they stepped up last week. So far, the Vipers have had their way with the Cedar Ridge offense, but they're facing a 3rd and 9 here.
Big down here. Want to keep the momentum going.
Trips to the near side, 1 wide left. Moore goes in motion. And pass over the middle, complete to the 40, but going to be dropped. Good open field tackle to stop the Vipers from picking up the 1st down. Aiden O'Brien Brown, the safety, sets up a 4th and 3.
Again, Raiders draw up some pressure on the front side, and that one's all on Teodecki. That's the side that he's looking to.
Yeah.
He's a left-handed quarterback, so it's going to be the opposite side that you normally see those standard right-handed quarterbacks do. So it's on that right side, and he just has to see the pressure and get it off quick. But because of the situation where it's 3rd and 9, it just doesn't get it past the sticks.
So Wiley Olsen set to punt it away for the first time tonight. High snap over his head. He's got time to go get it, pick it up. Oh, he slipped and fell, and it's going to be down right there at the 12-yard line.
Disaster.
Oh, my.
Disaster.
Wow.
He did such a good job calmly going back and pick up the ball, realizing he had plenty of time, and then he slipped trying to punt it away.
And that's just one of those things, just a high snap. You normally don't see that out of the Viper special teams unit. It's usually very elite in that aspect, and you don't ever – we really never talk about the snaps at all because they're usually so on point. And that's one of those positions in football. Unfortunately, you have a bad snap, it's kind of all you talk about. You're like, oh, it's just not normal and not what you see. So I think Olsen did all he could right there and almost got the punt off, but just slipped. He is a kicker, still not the most athletic position, but just couldn't get it off in time. And the Raider offense set up automatically in the red zone here.
At the 12-yard line. Hand off right side, inside the 10, tripped up at the 6-yard line. That was Christian Hall. Lined up in the left slot and took that one off the right tackle to pick up about 5. 2nd down and 5 from the Viper 7. Big test here for this Vandegrift defense to keep him out of the end zone and hold him at 3.
Yeah, big momentum shift there. That high snap really sets the Cedar Ridge football offensive unit up in prime real estate here. Good gain on 1st down. Need the Viper defense to close the door.
Snoga in the shotgun. Now checking off the sideline. He's got Devenish to his left. Handoff right side, looking for running room, and is not going to find much. Maybe a yard, but the Vipers swarming to the football on the play for Vandegrift. Chase Ritchie's having a good night. 3rd down and 4 from the 6.
Ritchie doing a great job there. You gotta protect that edge. Cornerbacks from Vipers, we've had a lot of good ones over the years, but number 21's doing a mighty fine job tonight.
3rd and 4 from the 6. They can pick up the 1st down at the 2. 2 receivers left. Running back in the pistol for Snoga. Handoff up the middle and gets the push, but he didn't get all the way. Got it down. The Vipers saying they got the football. Or are they saying 4th down?
I think they're saying fourth down. Again, with how this game's been going, I wouldn't be surprised if they
go
still
quick.
came with a fumble.
4th down and 2, going quickly here.
False
and
start.
now false start.
False start.
That has been the story tonight for this Raiders offense. Looked good, and then I don't know what it is. It's this. It has to be something with the snap count, and I mean this is not a new quarterback. They've had him all season, so it's curious why this is such a problem. I don't know. I haven't watched any of their games before this, obviously, but I don't know if this is something that they've been struggling with all year. But man, you just have this many procedure penalties. It absolutely kills your drive, and then you have to opt for a field goal here where you were about an inch away from getting a 1st down and being in that 1st and goal territory from the 3.
26-yard field goal from the right hash for the kicker, Cooper Togus. Good snap and hold. Kick is up. And the Raiders are on the board, but I tell you what, with 24 seconds to go in the 1st quarter, that's a win for this Vandegrift defense.
Definitely dodge a bullet there. And I really like that sequence from the Cedar Ridge head coach there.
Yeah.
You knew you were going to run 2 plays, right? So you get about half of it. You get a yard more to make that 1st down. Line up quickly. Don't give the defense a chance to get set up, run another play. And just a lack of execution on the snap count. And that's the 4th procedure penalty on them.
Right.
And we're not out of the 1st quarter.
Oh. So 14-3, 24 seconds left. The Curry's writing in, says, was present for the sad loss last week, but Will Wood's grandparents are watching from Findlay, Ohio. Welcome aboard. Give a shout out to my mom tuned in from the great state of Illinois, where she's catching her breath as the Cubs go for a Game 5 win tomorrow night. Last week just sucked. The Vipers lost, Southwestern got hammered, the Cubs lost. I'm glad it's a new Friday night.
Did the Bears lose?
I think they did.
Yeah,
they were on bye. So you can't
they had
lose
the
the
bye.
bye.
That's right.
There we
Yeah.
go.
I'll take that as a win. The way
they were favored. They were favored in that.
That's new.
So Cooper Toga set to kick it away from the 40-yard line. The final 24 seconds of the 1st quarter. And a line drive kick, and that one is going to go out of bounds. So Vipers get good field position to start the final drive of the 1st quarter.
Boy, a big play in the Monday Night Football game. The Chiefs had a chance to maybe put that game away, and they kicked one out of bounds late. Managed to end up losing that game.
Grandpa and Grandma Teodecki write in, says, we're enjoying the game. Go Vipers, go Miles, from Shelby Township, Michigan.
All right, here comes that big front 5, the Hog Mollies. I think they've been dominating proceedings so far, Matt Sanders. Look to continue that tone.
Yeah, very impressed with what they've done tonight. Really haven't seen much of the run game. It's been really quick hitters in the passing game and quick touchdowns. So let's see if the Vipers opt to go a little more run heavy here, because been successful with the 2 or 3 runs we had tonight.
Teodecki hands it off to Justin Moore up the middle. Hits it at the 30-yard line, but Rugby piles it forward out to the 35-yard line, 36-yard line. Turned a 1 or 2 yard pickup into a 6-yard pickup, and that's how the 1st quarter is going to go. Vipers are going to try to get another playoff here. Second down and 4 from the 36. They've got 8 seconds to get it off. Trips in a triangle near side. Now Teodecki checking off the sideline, and I think they're going to be...
Yeah, they're going to take this one out.
All right, what a quarter. 14-3. I'm looking for the moon to see if it's a full one. It was a strange first quarter, but the Vipers on top 14-3. We'll take a break. Be back for quarter number 2. You're watching Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
On the field, defense is everything. At Austin Dental Company, we got you protected the same way.
We accept dental insurance, and we also have in-house memberships.
Regular checkups keep you in the game. Cosmetics and Invisalign.
For championship smiles. Whether it's game day or any day, we got your smile covered.
Dr. Martin Molina and his staff welcome you to Texas Family Physicians at River Place. Texas Family Physicians provides comprehensive family medical care for men, women, and children of all ages. They specialize in adult and pediatric preventative care, hypertension, diabetes, sports medicine, and seasonal allergies, just to name a few. They also offer Impact Certified baseline and post-injury concussion testing and treatment in office. Visit Texas Family Physicians online at texasfp.com. Texas Family Physicians at River Place. texasfp.com.
Welcome back to Dragon Stadium in Round Rock, Texas. Merle Bertrand, Hank Hudson, Matt Sanders here in the booth. Brian Spiels down the sideline. Christina Weber-Bertrand keeping an eye and an ear on the broadcast. Second down and 4. Vipers now moving from right to left on your screen. Teodecki swing pass left side, complete to Chilton. Good burst of speed across the 45 to the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 50-yard line. Escorted out of bounds by Trent Bell, but not before another Viper first down.
Nice pitch and catch and a really nice block out there, and I believe that was number 20, Marshall Linenberger.
First down, Vipers right on the midfield stripe. Teodecki dropping back, swing pass, a slant pattern right side, and a nice diving catch made by Marshall Linenberger. Get the block, get the catch on the next play.
Linenberger does not make normal catches. Every time he makes a catch, it looks like it's something special. Really got good hands, number 20.
That's that baseball player coming out in him, I guess.
He lives for those highlight catches. We talked about it last week. He had another crazy one. I'm like, man, I wish Hank was here because he would have lost his mind.
I was watching and listening.
The receiver's wide right, 7-yard pickup, 2nd and 3. Hand off. Oh, a little flea flicker here, and Teodecki in trouble and fires over to the left side. Did he get away? They're going to call him down. They're going to call it a sack, I believe, back at the 49-yard line.
I don't know.
I don't like that call.
I don't like that call. I think he gets it off in time, and he's out of the pocket, so it would have been not grounding or anything, but you go for the flea flicker there, and this is the risk. You know, you have a really high potential of getting a really big play downfield.
Right.
But because you have to take the time to pitch it back and it takes a little more time to set up, if even there's a little bit of leakage or a little bit of pressure, you risk a really big loss. And so you do it on kind of a second down, and that's kind of your shot down. You know, you're really close to getting it first, so why not? But that's the downside of it. Now you're backed up 3rd and 11 after a big sack.
From your own 49-yard line, 2 receivers right. Sam Brown in the backfield, lined up offset to the left side of Teodecki, and now we're going to get a timeout. Timeout, Cedar Ridge. No, timeout.
It's for Vandegrift. Yeah, you want to.
I was looking at the wrong official.
Yeah, this is a big third down. They want to kind of talk this one over. You just, man, you know, you had all your drives been in plus territory, and this is kind of your first or second drive now, kind of driving down the field, and you had it in your hands right there, and that's kind of what most offensive coordinators will do. They're like, hey, it's 2nd and short. It's really easy to pick it up. Let's do something fun. We got a little trickery. Let's see if we can get a big shot play, because if you don't get it, then it's 3rd and short.
Right.
But you risk that loss, and it just can kill the drive. So this is a huge third down.
Yeah, full credit to Coach Brian Vardaman. He's really mixing up the pressure packages. You got number 0, Jalen Hamilton, and number 8, Benjamin Sears. They're moving all over that front line, coming from different spots. So Cedar Ridge doing a good job on defense, mixing it up.
3rd and 11 from the 49-yard line after the timeout, setting up a screen pass complete to Moore, to the 45, to the 40. Going to pick up the first down, and Moore inside the 35 to the 30, down to the 26-yard line.
Goodness.
Needed 11 and picked up about 27. First down, Vipers.
Well, I really love that call, especially against the withering pressure we just talked about. That defensive line is one of the stronger points of the Cedar Ridge team, and take advantage of that quick upfield pressure by running that screen pass. We don't see the Vipers run a lot of screens, but that one was really well executed.
I mean, that was a picture-perfect screen pass, and right at the perfect time, 3rd and long. You know they're dialing up pressure, so really good call.
And they had about 5 guys swarming in on Teodecki. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Handoff, Moore off right tackle, inside the 25, and going to be knocked down at about the 23-yard line, but a gain of about 4 yards on the play, 2nd and 6.
Really demoralizing for the Cedar Ridge defenders out there. You've done all that good work, getting pressure. Feel like you've got them in a situation where you've got the advantage in a 3rd and long, and Vipers put them to the sword with the 30-yard gain on the screen pass.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen our fair share of the 30-yard gains on our defense this season,
Yeah,
and it demoralizes me up here in the booth. So to have a big gain like that on 3rd down when you feel like you're just about to get off the field really takes the winds out of your sails on defense and kind of can really propel the offense to a score.
2nd and 6 from the 23. Straight ahead handoff to Moore. Picks his way, but knocked down to the 21-yard line. Good play from the backside by Gabriel Cisneros, the senior quarterback, because Moore is starting to get ahead of steam. Cisneros put him down in a hurry, sets up a 3rd and 5.
Well, this is a really good battle up front. They got some big beef on that Cedar Ridge defensive line. Our front 5 they're going at each other. Tire irons at the 50. Good old-fashioned rumble. You gotta love that, Matt Sanders.
Yeah, I love to watch this. This Raiders D just lives or dies by this front, and they love to drop pressure. They'll leave their guys on islands in the back end to get more pressure to the quarterback and in the backfield.
Teodecki pass over to the left side and incomplete. Tried to get it to Chilton, but he was well covered. I think Teodecki was just throwing that one away. Sets up a 4th down. You're in 4-down territory here probably. No, might try a field goal. This would be a 22, 32, 39-yarder.
And I think this is maybe a product of last week where right there,
yeah,
last week's game, maybe you go for it, but, this is one of those things. You have such a good kicker. It's really hard statistically to get a 4th and long like this. Like, take your 3 here. They got 3 on the board. This extends your lead back to a clean 14 points if you knock this one through.
Olsen, 1 out of 1 on field goals. That was a 37-yarder. This one will be 39 yards. Out of the hole to Lawson Lombard, trying to draw him off sides. And the Vipers say they took a timeout. So
I like that. I like it coming out there and seeing if, obviously, the Raiders are going to be aggressive. They love to draw blitzes, and obviously that's going to leak into their special teams play as well. I'm sure they've got some sort of field goal block dialed up there, and they want to create a turnover, create some sort of magical play. So I like the hard count there, try and get them to jump. This has been a team who tonight hasn't been the most disciplined in terms of just penalties and stuff like that. So
I think that's just a really good picture about preparation and coaching.
Yeah.
So that's a premeditated situation there, Matt Sanders, where you're going out. You've got this very aggressive, very quick off the line defensive unit for Cedar Ridge, and you go out intending to try and draw them off on sides. You maybe call it a freeze play. Sometimes Coach Sanders, he's always got really cool names, but we're not snapping the ball here
with play names.
You say, okay, we'll just take a timeout. Let's see, give them 3 or 4 hard counts, see if we can get them to jump off. That's great coaching, great preparation.
Exactly.
McNeil leading Vista Ridge 14-7 first quarter. That's an important game. So after the timeout, field goal coming up here from 39 yards from the far hash. High snap, good hold by Lawson Lombard. The kick is on its way, got plenty of leg, and the kick is good.
There we go. Really nice job by Olsen there, and nice snap, hold. Whole unit does a great job, and that's what you want to see right there. 4th and about 5 and 6, that's when it gets a little dicey on hey, should we go or not? And you're well within the range of Olsen. Just take the points. I really like the decision.
I was just going to say, mark that down. If for later today or later in the season, that was a 39-yarder. That thing would have been good from 59.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness. He had some leg. He kicked it all the way to the track. Here we are at Dragon Stadium, and they've got a track around the field, and the ball went all the way past the end zone through the AstroTurf, made it over there to the props for the halftime show.
So the Vipers get the 3 points back that they gifted Cedar Ridge on the bad snap on the punt. 14-7, Cedar Park leading Eastview second quarter score. Playoff race is heating up. We're in week number 7 already. You wait all year for it, and it just goes by in the blink of an eye.
Hutto and Round Rock going at it tonight.
Yeah. That's the only game in the district that Vype isn't carrying. So I'm going to try to text my buddy who's doing the Hutto broadcast and see if I can get a scoring update for that one at halftime.
Yeah, I'm very interested on who comes out on top because we haven't, we talked about it before the show, haven't seen Hutto play any of the, perennial top teams yet in this district.
Squib kick along the ground, fielded at the 8-yard line, trying to get the corner turn, and gets out to the 20, to the 25, cuts back to the 30, And look out for the 40, to the 45, and tripped up. Boy.
Look at that.
Wiley Olson, the kicker, saving the touchdown.
Wiley Olson. Take a bow, Mr. Olson. You nailed a 39-yard field goal that would have been good from 60, and then you go out and make a special teams play.
He heard Matt say he wasn't the most athletic guy.
Yeah,
that's what
exactly
it was.
right.
That must have been it. You know, I maybe dogged him a little bit too much on the slip. You know, Turf Monster got him. He tried to get the punt off, and yeah, that was an athletic play. I'll give him that one. Really nice play by Olson. That was for kickers everywhere. You know,
that's right.
Shut me right up.
He might have been gone. I mean, that's a touchdown-saving tackle. Big play.
Yeah, Trent Bell has got with a nice return there. 1st and 10, Raiders at their own 46-yard line. 8:35 to go first half. Vipers up by 14. Play action pass over to the right side and threw it behind his intended target, trying to get it out on the edge to Carter Copeland. Ball's incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
Just off the mark on that throw. Raiders right now haven't, just kind of sputtering on offense. Have some huge explosive plays and then just kind of, just don't find the rhythm. It just hasn't been there tonight yet.
2nd and 10 from the 46-yard line. Trips wide left, one to the near side. Snoga dropping back. Pressure come from the edge, trying to set up a screen pass. They get the one-handed catch to the 45 and hit from behind to the 50-yard line. I think that was Rohan Sturgeon tracked him down from behind to keep that one from going for a much bigger gain. A 4-yard pickup, 3rd down and 6.
I think we had that sniffed out as Thomas Foote looked like he was sitting at home on the screen pass. Good athletic play by Cedar Ridge.
3rd and 6 from the 50. Two receivers right, 2 to the near side. Or to the far side, pardon me. Snoga dropping back. Pressure come from the edge again. Has to step up. Got some running room. Going to have the 1st down and more. And steps out of bounds at about the 39-yard line there to make sure for the Vipers, who was Chase Ritchie. But another nice scramble for Snoga. That's the 2nd good run tonight.
I mean, it almost looks like he's doing a quarterback draw there, but I don't think that's the case. I just think he's feeling that early pressure and decides to bail out, pull the ripcord, and see if I can get some positive yard. Nice run for Snoga.
I mean, this Viper front has been wreaking havoc all night, so he's definitely a little more, conditioned right now to just kind of take off.
Handoff, Devenish cutting it back up inside the 35 and breaking a tackle, dives down to the 33. So Cedar Ridge starting to get the offense going here like we expected. 2nd down and 4 coming up.
There's that rhythm they're looking for. Finally getting a couple good plays, back to back to back, picking up some 1st downs. Haven't seen that yet tonight, so the Raiders look like they're finally finding their stride here.
2 receivers left, 2 to the near side. Receiver coming in motion across the formation left to right. And handoff. Devenish wrapped up and dropped immediately. Thomas Foote said, "You've run enough tonight." Loss of a yard. 3rd and 5 coming up from the 34.
Gavin Law in there as well. What is just a sophomore creating such havoc in the middle tonight?
Well, I don't remember relishing and enjoying watching the battle up front. These two teams on the O&D line are really going at each other.
3rd and 5 from the 34. Big 3rd down coming up. 6:54 to go. Vipers up by 14, but the Raiders are on the move. 2 receivers left, 2 to the near side. Snoga in the shotgun. Play action. Pass over to the right side and batted away. Perfectly timed by Tobias Gray.
Yeah, it's a great play. Great play, great break, great read. Timing route right there. Looks like they would have been able to maybe gain the 1st down. The throw was right around the yard to gain, so great play by number 8 to shut it down, and now it's 4th and 5. I guess they're going to
try a 51-yard field goal.
Yeah, I've heard about this kicker they've got, and apparently he is lethal from range. So let's see if he can knock this one through.
Got a long of 48. He's 6 out of 8, but a long of 48. This is going to be a 51-yarder. Good snap and hold. Kick is on its way. Got the leg.
He got it.
And he got it. Good for him. I mean, I know it's a Viper broadcast, but, man, you kick a 51-yard field goal in high school, tip of the cap to that young man.
I'm telling you, he's a lethal kicker. I heard talk to Coach a little before the game, and he said their kicker's a legit weapon. They will use him to score points. And at the high school level, to have a reliable kicker anywhere, have range anywhere around the 50, it changes how games can go. So Viper defense happy to kind of stop the momentum. They had a lot of rhythm or moving there. had a really nice stop there, and they're happy to settle for 3 points.
Sure.
So I think Viper defense definitely more happy about only letting up 3 there.
Well,
than
the other
Raiders
thing
are
is,
scoring.
unlike last week, the Vipers won the coin toss and deferred. So 6:36 to go, got a chance to go down, get some points, work some time off the clock, and then get the football to start the second half. That's classic Coach Drew Sanders. If the Vipers can execute
Absolutely.
it
Yeah, the Cedar Ridge put together a pretty nice little drive right there. 6 plays, you move the ball from your own 45-yard line. Some nice run plays, nice pass plays. Snoga did a good job scrambling, so they mixed it up a bit there, and it's a football game.
Yeah.
It's a really intense football game in the
Yes.
trenches. I mean, these offensive and defensive lines are really going at each other. There is a lot of beef up there, Matt.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. I mean, these are both fronts for both teams, I feel like, are kind of their strong suits, like the defensive line for the Raiders and the offensive line for the Vipers are going at it, and I think Viper defensive front having a night as well versus a huge offensive line for the Raiders. I mean, these guys are not small at all, and I feel like the Vipers are having they're winning that side of the battle as well, where they've just been all over the field. There hasn't been much running room at all. We've seen maybe 2 kind of positive runs. I feel like every other run is for 2 yards or negative yards. So I'm really impressed with this Viper front so far tonight.
Merle, have we ever seen a field goal from 50 yards or more?
Not that I remember.
don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
We've had some awfully good kickers over the years at Vandegrift.
Yeah, well, we saw Dicker the kicker play, and he's in the NFL now. I didn't remember him kicking one from that far.
I don't think so.
51-yard field goal.
So first down, Vipers from the 25-yard line. See if Vandegrift can get the offense back on track. Kind of cool off a little bit. Hand off up the middle to Justin Moore. And it's going to be dropped down for about a 2-yard pickup. Second down and 8. Tommy Hartman riding in, got a step ahead of me, reminding me that next week's game has been moved to Thursday night. So thank you for the reminder, Tommy.
I don't like those Thursday night games.
That's weird, but it's against Manor, so.
Hopefully that's one of those games where it won't matter too much.
Right.
But I personally like just a shorter week, and it just feels weird as a player. You're like, oh, it's Thursday. Like you never have a game like that ever, and so it's just dangerous, It's just a weird feeling.
Second down and 9 from the 26-yard line. Teodecki. Hand off to Moore again, up the middle. Nice hold this time, out across the 30, maybe to the 31-yard line. Sets up a manageable 3rd and 4 for the Vandegrift offense as the clock moves down, 5:47 and counting to go first half.
I'll tell you what, number 8 for Cedar Ridge, that's Benjamin Sears. That guy is all over the field. I mean, he's probably got 10 tackles already. He is quite a player.
Super impressed with him and number 0. That's Jalen Hamilton. Both of them, but they're moved all over. Played it, in number 0 Hamilton's played in coverage and used to pressure a lot. 2 just weapons of this front for this defense.
Raiders showing blitz, and they're coming. Picked up nicely by the Vipers. Teodecki pump fake. He's going to be sacked.
Doesn't see him on his blind side there.
No.
Had plenty of time.
Teodecki's down.
That's the
he got up.
The aforementioned number 8 Benjamin Sears there.
Yeah, Teodecki saw him just a beat too late before he could step up, and the sack forces a punt. And Cedar Ridge will get it back with under 5 minutes to go.
He's an impressive player, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen him with his hand on the ground. We've seen him standing up as a linebacker. We've seen him coming off the edge. I mean, he's the complete package.
So 4th and 13, the punt from the 22-yard line. Good snap back to Olsen. And he launches an end-over-end kick. Takes a Viper roll inside the 40, going to bounce around and be dead at the 38-yard line. So 12, 22, 32, about a 40-yard punt with no return.
Number 25, Aiden Mitchell down in that football. He is one of the players who's keeping the special in special teams. See him on kickoff coverage, see him on punt coverage. Guy's got one gear only, and it's fast.
Mm-hmm.
Stony Point leading Manor 21-7. I'm surprised that's relatively competitive. Manor has just really struggled this year. Stony Point 0-4 in the district, but they have played some teams pretty well, including the Vipers. Liberty Hill and Elgin scoreless. I'm surprised at that as well. Liberty Hill usually scores 7 points just getting off the bus. 1st and 10. Handoff right side, Devonish out across the 40 and smacked down at about the 43, but a 5-yard pickup. And kind of what we saw last drive. They're getting something. They're getting a groove. They're getting a rhythm on offense. They're finding something they like here.
Viper D has done such a great job tonight against I feel like all the scores we looked kind of over the past Cedar Ridge games, they're a pretty high-scoring unit.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And so tonight I've been super impressed, holding them only to 2 field goals and playing really well. Raiders definitely settling in a little bit, looking a lot more composed. Not as many penalties so far in the second quarter, not nearly as much as the first. And early snap there looked a little off.
Yeah, handoff to the second back out to the 44-yard line. That was David Patterson, a junior running back, going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. To your point, Matt, I think I mentioned it. They're averaging 37.3 points a game and 443. That's collegiate numbers, yards per game. Vipers doing a great job, like they did last week against a high-powered McNeil offense.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense so far in the last couple weeks. It looks like they're finally kind of finding their foot, settling into that rhythm, and through the injuries and missing a couple pieces, they're still performing.
That makes it even more impressive. Dropping back, pass over to the right side, and had to throw it away because he had somebody coming in fast. I think that was Thomas Foote about to introduce himself to Mr. Snogan. It's going to bring up a 4th down.
Somehow, number 94, Gavin Law, manages to have his helmet come off. We got to see his beautiful the hairdo. I wish my hair could look like that anymore.
Yeah, it's looking good out there.
Looking good.
But yeah, he comes through, and anytime the helmet comes off, that means you frustrated somebody where they're doing a little extracurricular, and helmet gets pulled off. No flag on the play though.
So Chilton back to receive the punt for the Vipers. Angling toward the sideline. He'll field it's a low kick to the 21-yard line. Bounces to the outside of the 25, picking his way up to the 30, and steps out of bounds to the 33-yard line. So about a 12-yard return there for Brock Chilton. That was set up by the fact that was a relatively low punt, so he kind of outkicked his coverage a little bit.
And now nifty return, and you're set up in good field position. You've got 3:02 remaining in the first half. We've seen the Vipers operate with pace. So, with every intention here, go out, matriculate down the field, put some more points on the board, and get that ball back to start the second half.
Yeah, and I'm not concerned at all with the time constraint here with the 2-minute timeout as well. And with 3 minutes plus another stoppage and you have 1 timeout, you have plenty of time, so you're in no hurry, and you definitely don't want to give the ball back to Cedar Ridge.
That's right.
Ideal situation here. Drive down the field, use all those 3 minutes, and score.
Play action pass dumped off over to the right side, but incomplete. He had the receiver open over there. Chase Phillips was breaking open, but the pass a little off the mark. 2nd down and 10.
Little pressure in the face of Teodecki, so a little inaccurate on the pass.
Set man again, number 8. Benjamin Sears, he is quite a player.
Again, love to watch this matchup. It's been really good all night long.
Yeah. I'm glad as a senior we want to see him next year, assuming we're in this district again.
Redistricting next.
In February.
Here we go again.
2nd down and 10 from the 33-yard line. Teodecki. Pass right side complete, out the edge, and dives out to the 45-yard line. Nice catch by Thomas Beekler.
There's the beak. There he is.
Dropped a couple tonight, and that one he looked all the way in and picked up a clutch 1st down for the Vipers.
Did a great job securing the football. Look, reach, catch, tuck, score. Get upfield, secure the football. Did a great job turning up and get the 1st down.
And sometimes you kind of need a play like that after a couple of drops of wide receiver. A really simple pitch and catch, and then just get the ball in his hands, and he makes a nice play, kind of pile driving that defender over and fighting for that first.
So 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. 1 receiver wide right, 2 to the near side for Teodecki. He's got more in the pistol behind him. 2.5 to go in the half. Teodecki dropping back. Fade pattern, left side going for Chilton. A lot of contact, batted away, no flag.
Well, it looks like the defender got there early to me. It was a good battle, but the ball was still in the air. Number 3, Gabriel Cisneros.
I mean, he was there with them stride for stride, but all sorts of face guarding and contact made and no flag.
Yeah, and in the NFL, it's 100% a flag all the time. In college, I think that's a flag about 80% of the time. High school football, it's you never know what you're getting PI. A lot of the times, refs it's such a hard call to make when you start throwing PI flags because how physical it can get in the back end. So a lot of the times they opt just to not throw the flag in most of those situations.
I look for the defensive back to turn back to look for the ball. He never looked back. That's why I would have thrown the flag. Handoff Sam Brown, and he's going to be tripped up. Second effort, breaks free to the outside of the 50, to the 45, to the 43-yard line. What a run by Sam Brown. He was stacked up in the backfield for a 2-yard loss, and he just stepped out of the tackle.
That's why you keep those legs churning.
I mean, he looks like a wind-up toy that hadn't run out of battery yet. I mean, he just kept those legs churning, and the rolling ball at Butcher Knives goes for 11.
Glad we get to see him tote the rock a little bit here. And that's that thunder and lightning, the combo of Sam Brown and Moore. 2 different running styles, but you need each of them for a successful offense. You need a bit of a bruiser. You need that quickness, and it's going to be 2-minute timeout. Not used to that still as we get some stoppage.
So we'll take a quick break and be right back. You're watching Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
Texas Malibu is your exclusive dealer for the world's best-selling water sports towboats. Malibu. We are now the largest dealer for Malibu boats worldwide with locations in Austin, Marble Falls, Texas Ski Ranch in New Braunfels, and now Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Visit the enthusiasts at any of our locations or online at texasmalibu.com to pick out your family's dream boat and make memories on the water that will last a lifetime.
Well, I was going to sneak in another one, but I decided we'll come back here. Used to hate that when we were on the horn and the big play would be happening. We're on the, they're playing the commercial and, First down and 10, Vipers at the 44-yard line of Cedar Ridge. 2 minutes to go first half. Vipers looking to get some more points here before halftime. One receiver to the right, two to the near side. Teodecki straight ahead, handoff to Moore. Dragon tackles inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line. 39-yard line, pardon me. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5. Vipers going quickly.
Oh, and that's Sam Brown again.
Oh, that was Brown. You're right.
I was about to say, it looks like more.
Pass over to the right side, and that one batted away. Incomplete. Third down coming up.
That's number 3 again. The defensive back.
Yeah.
Snares, and he's made some plays. That one right there was not PI at all. He does a great job triggering on time. Little T-step drill there. And meets, I believe that was Chilton, intended for Chilton right as the ball was getting to him, and it's a really good defensive play.
So a big third down here for the Vipers. 3rd and 5 from the 39-yard line. Probably in 4-down territory, I would imagine, but we'll see. They might try to pin him deep. Let's just pick it up and not have to worry about it. Raiders showing blitz, and they're coming. Teodecki, he's going to run. Pump fake, cuts back up inside the 35 and drug down from behind. What a job by Teodecki, just very patiently let the pressure get to him, stepped up. Kind of like earlier, Hank, I don't think that was designed, but he just recognized it so well.
Boy, did a great job at taking care of the football there, because I think that was Sears coming from the backside, really went for the football. So Vipers do a good job. Ball security, so important. Set up for a first down.
At the 31-yard line, fresh set of downs, still one timeout remaining. Teodecki dropping back, rolling left, looking, firing left side, wide open, 15 to the 10, the 5 into the end zone, touchdown Vipers.
What a play.
Chase Phillips.
What a play. What a great route design there, as you saw 3 different levels on the rollout, Matt Sanders. And the Cedar Ridge Raiders just couldn't cover all those guys. And you got number 82, Chase Springer. He's in that little pocket between the linebackers and the safety. Perfect throw by Miles Teodecki, 31-yard touchdown strike. Vipers score going into halftime. Bodes well for the second half.
Yeah, that is literally perfect timing. You have about a minute left to the Raiders. Not ideal with 3 timeouts, but
right.
You'll never complain about getting a nice long touchdown right there. And I believe that's Chase Phillips' first of the year. Really good for him, a senior wide receiver getting in the end zone.
Nice hold by Lombard. That snap a little bit low, but he got it down in time for Wally Olson to knock it through. And the Vipers expand their lead to 24-6.
Did a great job, Chase Phillips there, getting upfield and eluding one tackler, getting through another tackle. I mean, that's a really good job carrying the football, yards after catch. Congratulations, Mr. Springer, on your first touchdown. That's a big play to going into halftime for the Vipers.
Yeah, he is one of those guys we talked about after the injury to Custer, and then who was going to step up, and then we saw Chase Phillips kind of keep working into this lineup, and we saw the emergence where he had that really big game where he had all of a sudden I think he had over 100 yards in that one random game, and then after that he's been kind of a focal point of this offense where he's a reliable wide receiver, and Teodecki trusts him and goes to him in big situations, and right there, that's one of those plays where it looks like it's designed for him. You throw it out there and you let him go. And what a great play. And love to see a senior wide receiver who, he didn't see any playing time last year on the Team One State Championship.
Not on the radars at all.
Waits his turn, gets up here as a senior, and then is finally getting involved in the offense and scoring some touchdowns. Love to see that for him. Really nice play.
Steve and Barbara Springer, Matt's grandparents, are watching tonight from Salado. Wanted to give a shout-out to Matt, and thank you for the kind words, folks, for the JV broadcast last night. I tell you what, doing a freshman and then 2 JV broadcasts back to back to back, I'm so sick of my own voice by the time I go home. But it's fun to watch those guys.
It's a lot of football. You get a peek into the future.
That's why I like it, yeah. Squib kick along the ground, field the 27-yard line up to the 30, to the 35, and up to the 40 before he's planted there. So pretty good field position to start this drive for the Raiders.
Marshall Leinenberger again involved on the tackle there, along with number 99, Ryan Westerfeld.
Yep.
Senior defensive lineman. Great job on special teams. So your Texas Family Physicians scoring drive summary, guys. You go 9 plays, 67 yards in a little less than 2 minutes, and a 31-yard touchdown strike from Tia Decky to Chase Springer. What a great drive.
Yeah.
Only less than a minute here. Not much time left on the clock, and you get the ball to start the second half.
And I like the option to squib kick it there. One, it takes a little extra time off the clock. They're forced to return it, and you just gave up a big return where you had to be saved by your kicker.
Right.
So you kind of want to be a little bit aware that they have some good weapons back there that are returning kicks.
Play action pass over to the right side. Almost intercepted. Boy,
wow.
Tried to get it down the field to Therese Harrison.
And now they're throwing the flag. I mean, like I was saying,
that ball's not catchable.
If you're not going to throw the flag on the play earlier, and I don't know why we're bringing out the laundry now.
We might have had some jersey there, so there might be a holding. That maybe.
I just don't agree with that call right now.
I don't either.
And yeah, I thought the pass was kind of airmailed. I don't know if there was.
They said uncatchable.
Okay, that's
good.
good.
It was 10 feet over his head.
Yeah. Good, nice job of the officials talking it over, though. I mean, they probably did see what you saw, Matt, the jersey getting pulled. But I wasn't a geometry major, but I could tell that ball was well overthrown.
All these years, Merle, I had you pegged for a geometry major. And
I actually like geometry. Algebra, however, is another story.
Well, not very many people like algebra, but God bless those who do.
Second down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Under a minute to go. Dripping Springs leading Bowie 14-0 first quarter. And whistles blow. We're going to get another procedure or delay a game.
Procedure.
Yep.
Wow, that's number 5 in the first half from the Cedar Ridge Raiders. 4 of them coming in the first quarter. So.
Yeah, I thought in the second quarter we hadn't seen any, and I was like, okay, maybe they go on the sideline.
Figure it out, maybe.
Huddle up, boys. We're not doing that anymore. You know, we're done with it. That's not who we are. But there it is again, rearing its ugly head, and it's a situation where, gosh, you're wanting a touchdown here before half because the Vipers get the ball at half. You want to try and put some sort of points on the board. Even you're fine with 3 because then it makes it still a 2-score game if you go for 2 on both possessions.
Devin Patterson in the backfield. They swing it out to him, makes a nice catch up to the 35-yard line, and runs into his own man, knocked down to the 39, got about 4 yards back, but he stays in bounds. Vipers swarming to the football. Brady Cernchik involved, and along with Ron Sturgeon.
Luke Davis, Thomas Foote, the usual cast of characters, the usual suspects.
What I'm interested in is they don't have number 1 on the field, Noah Devenish. Their leading running back is not on the field, and he wasn't last series either. He's on the sideline. Third down, 11 from the 39-yard line.
This might be one of those scenarios. Maybe they know they're passing. They want a bigger back, maybe to pass pro a little bit because he looks ready to go in.
He does,
and he's been such a weapon tonight in the running game and passing game.
They're in no hurry. They got 3 seconds on the play clock. They just do get it off, and a handoff to Patterson, and he's going to be swallowed up and dropped, and that's how the first half is going to come in. Gavin Law with empathy. Not empathy, emphatic.
I'm loving how this sophomore defensive tackle is playing right now. I mean, I haven't seen a sophomore defensive tackle playing like this since not too long ago. Ian Witt, when he came onto the scene and came out with some violence right there. So I love seeing that from a sophomore.
Well, Merle, I think I knew what you were saying, but I didn't see much empathy.
Not much empathy,
That was arriving at the scene with the intent to cause harm. Great job, Gavin Law.
So what a half of the Vandegrift Vipers. We talked about could they bounce back. You got a half a football game left to be played, but so far so good. 24-6 at the half. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear the Viper marching band. Brian Spiels will catch up to Coach Sanders down the sideline. We'll get to that. Hank will furiously work the pencil there, the magic pencil, and get the stats all squared away, and we'll get you some scores as well. Halftime from Dragon Stadium, 24-6 Vipers on top. So far so good. You're watching Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line. Card My Yard. When good news comes your way, skip the card and stake the yard. It's the easiest way to decorate for any celebration. We do all the work for you. Book your order online and we'll set up the surprise and take down the decorations afterwards. Grand opening, anniversary, or any special occasion. Card My Yard. 95 franchises throughout the U.S. Now a proud sponsor of your school. Visit cardmyyard.com today.
Social Officer Josie German, Social Officer Elizabeth Ludlow, Social Officer Pregame, Social Sergeant Bree Bowman, Social Sergeant Ray Palmer, and Social Captain Victoria Kennedy. The spirit of the legacies is Tiswana Lux, and the legacy of the week is Paige Cusimanio. Tonight, the legacies will perform their traditional kick routine to Magnificent Seven. Have been invited to travel to jolly old England to perform in the world-renowned London New Year's Day Parade. The Legacies will perform 2 routines along the parade route, proudly representing the Vandegrift community on the international stage. now taking their positions on the field, it's the Vandegrift High School Viper Marching Band and Vision Dance Company. The Viper Band and Vision Dance Company is the reigning 2024 UIL 6A State Marching Band Silver Medalist. For your halftime enjoyment, the Viper Band and Vision Dance Company will be performing the final movement from their 2025 production entitled Gaia's Embrace, featuring music from Earth Song by Frank Tikelli, The Sacred Veil by Eric Whitaker, The Rite of Spring by Igor Stravinsky, and original music by Andrew Markworth. Leading the band are drum majors Saran Amsalu, Savannah Buckner, Jason Gonzalez, and Avery Titleman. The percussion captain is Caleb Long. The Vision Dance Company captains are Jackie Mendoza and Lacey Philpott. Our outstanding band student of the week is JoJo Lee. Our outstanding Vision student of the week is Chelsea Oatman. Our freshman student of the week is Dax Lapp. And our section of the week is the Tubas. Defining the standard for marching bands everywhere, the Leander Independent School District is proud to present the Vandegrift High School Viper Marching Band and Vision Dance Company. The Viper Band is under the direction of Jarrett Lippman, Kyle Norris, Tristan Murray, and Trevor Deary. The Vision Dance Company is directed by Katie Hopkins and Holly Lyons. Additional band and vision staff includes Ashley Ridenauer, Alex Gilbert, John Melito, Wes Booker, Trevor Stoyanovich, Greg Humphrey, Gabby Matthews, and Preston Winton.
When you buy or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the Vandegrift community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com.
Thank you to our sponsor, Wayne Weigelt State Farm Insurance Agency, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Please visit www.agentwayne.com for all your insurance and financial service needs.
Family time, anytime, always worth every dime. On our ways, chicken eat, unbelievable sweet tea. Express tenders, they're the best, not to mention all the rest. Chicken E's the place to go for all of us in the know. Plenty of size to make a meal. Chicken E is for real. Follow me to Chicken E, gotta have their sweet tea.
If you or your Vandegrift athlete have suffered an orthopedic injury or have joint pain, let Dr. Matthew Crawford and his team at Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine take care of you. Dr. Crawford specializes in diagnosis and treatment of sports-related injuries with an emphasis on injury prevention and conservative treatments. He and his team offer cutting-edge arthroscopic and minimally invasive surgical techniques. Visit them today at austin-orthopedics.com. Let Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine keep you at the top of your game.
And we welcome you back to Dragon Stadium. 28-6 to score. The Vipers on top at the half. Merle Bertrand here along with Hank Cutts and Matt Sanders. And Brian Spiels caught up with Coach Sanders down the sidelines a few moments ago. Christina Weber Bertrand, our QA, my better half, describing the Viper Band guys, the wall of sound. And boy, when we're so close like we are here, you could really hear the Viper Band entertaining the crowd. Speaking of entertaining, just a few moments ago, Brian Spiegel down the sidelines caught up with head coach Drew Sanders. Let's hear what Coach Sanders had to say about a good first half of Viper football.
Vype Live here with Vandegrift head coach Drew Sanders. It's halftime. Vipers up 24-6. Coach, what are your thoughts on the first half?
Very good job by our offense. You know, we had some adversity early and throwing the interception first play. You know, we get a nice turnover and then throw an interception. We could have easily gone in the tank. We could have pouted. And Miles didn't do that. The offense didn't do that. So really, really proud of him, especially, and then proud of the offense. Defensively, he's having a hard time completing passes right now. And so I'm really, really impressed with our front. We are not really his main yardage, I think. I'd like to know, but it seems to be all scrambles. You know, I think he might have completed two passes. Yeah. And so I really like the way we're swarming right now. And we have been behind the chains, gosh dang it, all night. Field position besides the early part. Since the second quarter, we have given them the ball on our side of the field every dang time. So to hold them to what we held them to is an impressive effort. Hopefully we can start playing some field position like we normally do the second half.
Absolutely. Well, good to see you guys out in the offense scoring. Thank you, Coach. We'll see you second half.
Hey, thanks.
All right, thank you, Brian. He sounded a little bit more chipper than he probably would have sounded last week.
Yeah.
I know you didn't get a chance to talk to him because you were working with Brady in the tent, but, man, he sounded much more like himself, and no surprise up 24-6 here at the half.
Well, it's been a really interesting first half, and I don't recall ever in my history as a football fan or someone who watches a lot of football games ever seeing a start to a game like that. I mean, just a very bizarre. I thought we were in the twilight zone of football. I mean, it was the Vipers. We get number 38 on the opening kickoff. That is Jacob Schmidt goes down and makes a great special teams play, causes a fumble. Vipers get the ball first and 10 on the 15-yard line, set up for, an amazing start to the game. And then the ensuing play, we throw an interception. So, but statistically, Vipers look pretty good. We've got let's see, Justin Moore's got 7 carries for 30 yards. Number 40, Sam Brown's got 2 of the most interesting and fascinating carries you'll ever see in football for 17 yards. That guy is so much fun to watch when he carries the rock. Tiadeki has carried the ball twice for 58 yards, including the opening score of the game, that 48-yard keeper where he outran the entire defense. So great job by Tedecki in that first half. He put up a lot of numbers.
Not to interrupt you, Hank, but that reminds me, and you remember this as well, guys, Braden Buchanan. He didn't run much at all his junior year. His senior year, he ran a little bit at the start of the season. As the game started taking on more meaning, he would run the ball more, and we're seeing that more and more here out of Tedecki, I think.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Merle. I mean, obviously he's effective, and he's always been that way. He's been effective as a ball carrier, but not something that the Vipers offense has relied upon. But, getting deeper into the season, and, you're fighting for a district championship now with that one loss, maybe we see that. But maybe that becomes a more of a designed call situation for him. But he's also completed 8 passes out of 15 attempts for 149 yards and 2 touchdown passes, that 1 interception, against a really, really impressive front four for the Cedar Ridge Raiders. They've got some real beasts up there. Offensive line doing a good job. He's had time to throw. We've seen him back there. Matt, I think one time you said he was wondering if he was going to knit a sweater. Knit you a sweater. So, really good job on offense. I thought they recovered well. I think Coach Sanders, comments about that adversity in the beginning, but they responded well to that. And, what about the Vipers' defense on that high snap on the punt? Round Rock gets the ball set up on the 12-yard line after that high snap to the punt, and Vipers' defense does not bend a little bit, doesn't break. They get the field goal. They're also scoring a 51-yard field goal, which, my gosh, I don't.
You just got to give them that.
That's just an amazing effort from that young man. So. A lot of really good, impressive performances on the Vipers D, and we're talking about a Cedar Ridge Raiders team that's been putting up huge numbers on offense. So they've got 6 points going into halftime. So a really impressive performance on defense by our Vipers.
Mm-hmm. I've been so impressed with what I've seen from the defense side of the ball tonight.
Yep.
And the main thing that sticks out to me is how we're controlling the line of scrimmage right now. You talked about it's a great battle between these two fronts, but I think on defense, we haven't seen this aggression and this control of that space in the middle at the start of where that is. The football is right there. Everything flows through that line of scrimmage right there, and we are completely controlling it right now. And I think that just makes it so much easier for everything else in the game. We're not giving them time to throw. We're not giving them time to sit back. Coach talked about in the interview, their quarterback maybe has 2 or 3 completed passes, honestly, and then he might have more rushing yards than passing yards at this point in the game just from scrambling and running away from this pressure. He has been conditioned in his mind that there is a Viper jersey somewhere around him at all times, and he is very uncomfortable tonight. So I've been so impressed with the defensive front, first of all. I think that's kind of the biggest thing, and then obviously I think this is kind of what we've seen from this offense. Hank talked about it. This is kind of what you expect from this offense, and I don't think this is the ceiling. I think this is what this offense should be doing all year, and so I'm so glad to see them back in rhythm. What we've known from this team, historically, what they've always been done, and what Tedecki did last year leading the offense, and now I love the response after the interception and then going on and leading that opening touchdown. So I'm very happy with this first half of the Vipers. This is what a full game looks like so far from this first half in terms of besides the muffed punt, disaster that happened, but defense goes out and makes a good stop. But on all 3 phases, they've been very clean besides that one mistake on the punt. So super impressed so far after that first half.
Yeah, well, hopefully the Vipers can keep it up for the second half. We talked about what a weird start to the game this was. Apparently we're not alone, because I put a note in our conference room with all the other QAs, all the other games on Vype tonight, asking for scores. And Christina writes, just like 5 or 6 minutes ago, Christina writes, Vista 21, McNeil 17. The QA for that game on the McNeil side writes back 28-17 Vista Ridge. They just scored. And just about a minute later, McNeil scored again. So it's 28-24, 3 scores in about 1 minute in that game. Out in Hutto and Round Rock, the score at the half, 20-19, Hutto at the half.
Wow.
Round Rock was up 13-0. They ran 18 plays of Hutto's 3 in the first quarter, and the score was 13-7. So all sorts of weird football happening in the district. The other score in the district, not much consequence, with Stony Point up over Maynard 28-7 at the half. So, but yeah, just weird games going on. I keep looking for that full moon, because that's the only explanation I can think of. The only thing we haven't had here tonight, which we usually have, is crickets. There's usually a cricket infestation every time we come to Dragon.
Yeah,
I haven't seen those yet tonight.
Maybe they call the exterminator or
something.
I've seen very limited crickets. That's a good call.
I hope we don't experience any broadcaster's curse. If I see a cricket tonight,
I know
it's your fault.
But the Vipers up 24-6, and we'd love to see this. We talked about it. They got the score before halftime, and they get the football to start the second half, so they could get even a field goal and get it up to a 3-possession game. But they'd much rather have a 31-6 lead and really, kind of take the wind out of Cedar Ridge's sails here tonight.
Well, I mean, you think about what's going on in terms of district standings. I mean, you're going into you could have a real logjam in the district standings after tonight if some of these results hold. There's a lot of really tight games. All those scores you read off, Merle, those are all one-score games, and a lot of competitive football being played tonight. And then you got to roll in and play a Thursday game versus Manor.
Yeah.
Short week of preparation. But the Vipers are in position A and can control their own destiny in terms of the playoff picture and how this season ultimately unfolds. And the product they're putting on the field right now really impresses me in terms of their chances going into the final stages of the season.
Yeah, this is just what the doctor ordered. This game is, assuming we continue on this path and we close out with this momentum we've got going right now, we get the ball to half, so a very, very great opportunity for the offense to drive down and go put some points on the board and really put this one out of reach early. This is what you wanted to see. A bad loss last week, and you want everything. You want to see how this team responds. I think they're responding amazingly. I think this is one of the most fired up teams I've seen, at least defensively as well as offensively. They're out there playing with intent. I love how both lines are playing. We talked about it earlier, but this is a team that looks fired up, ready to play some football, and this is a team that, Coach talks about all the time. Every team's different. Every year's different. Right. And sometimes you have a couple losses. You have whatever that kind of forges the fire of a team, and you figure out what they're made of and what this team is. And I think this is kind of, we talked about it last week, one of those games, and they're coming back, and I think this response to exactly what they should have done. And I'm very impressed, and I think this is the right track for the Vipers the rest of the season right now.
Yep, up 24-6 at the half. So 28-24, Vista Ridge now leading McNeil at the half. Kind of a surprise here. Second quarter score, Dripping Springs leading Bowie, but only 14-7, and Liberty Hill up over Elgin, 31-0 in the second quarter as Liberty Hill finally got on track. So those are some of the scoring updates for you. We still have about 4 minutes to go in this halftime celebration here, and then the Vipers will be back to get the football to start the second half. We'll take an extended break. We didn't take many breaks in the first half, and be right back in time for the second half kickoff. You're watching Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
When you buy or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the Vandegrift community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com.
If you or your Vandegrift athlete have suffered an orthopedic injury or have joint pain, let Dr. Matthew Crawford and his team at Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine take care of you. Dr. Crawford specializes in diagnosis and treatment of sports-related injuries with an emphasis on injury prevention and conservative treatments. He and his team offer cutting-edge arthroscopic and minimally invasive surgical techniques. Visit them today at austin-orthopedics.com. Let Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine keep you at the top of your game.
Viper fans, is your home in need of a refresh? Whether you want a full-service home renovation or it's time to create your dream kitchen or bathroom, A. Newman Interiors has you covered. We will use our preferred pricing with major brands to choose the most perfect furniture and finish selections for any space in your home or office. A. Newman Interiors has proudly served the 4 Points community for over 10 years, and there's no better clients than our Viper fans. Call 626-310-2315 today to schedule your free consultation.
Floor Coverings International in Lakeway makes shopping for your new flooring easy. Floor Coverings International carries a full assortment of flooring to fit the purpose of the room, your lifestyle, and budget. Locally owned by Kevin Temple and family, Floor Coverings International offers free in-home consultation with a design associate. At Floor Coverings International in Lakeway, our goal is making your home flooring project a positive and convenient customer experience. Visit us today in Lakeway or online at lakeway.floorcoveringsinternational.com.
On the field, defense is everything. At Austin Dental Company, we got you protected the same way.
We accept dental insurance and we also have in-house memberships.
Regular checkups keep you in the game. Cosmetics and Invisalign.
For championship smiles. Whether it's game day or any day, we got your smile covered.
Dr. Martin Molina and his staff welcome you to Texas Family Physicians at River Place. Texas Family Physicians provides comprehensive family medical care for men, women, and children of all ages. They specialize in adult and pediatric preventative care, hypertension, diabetes, sports medicine, and seasonal allergies, just to name a few. They also offer Impact Certified baseline and post-injury concussion testing and treatment in office. Visit Texas Family Physicians online at texasfp.com. Texas Family Physicians at River Place. texasfp.com.
Welcome back to Dragon Stadium in Round Rock, Texas. Merle Bertrand, Matt Sanders, Hank Hudson here. Brian Spiels down the sidelines, and Christina Weber-Bertrand keeping an eye in and near in the broadcast. Halftime festivities wrapping up, and the Vipers up 24-6. They will get the football to start this second half. Team's getting ready to come out. Vipers come out through Vic the Viper. Sponsored by Steiner Ranch Steakhouse. That's the first time I've ever seen branding on Vic the Viper. I hope that's temporary.
That's a big time sponsor right there. I love Stein Ranch Takehouse.
Yeah.
I love ordering takeout there. This is great food. It's probably one of my favorite restaurants, honestly. You know?
I believe they're the ones catering up the press box, if I remember right. But
I have ate a couple of their chocolate chip cookies. They're pretty solid.
Yeah,
pretty solid up there.
Not bad.
I mean, that has to be the best food we've had at halftime, and you know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, my goodness.
And look at the glowing. Hank, you said the glowing eyes of Vic. Look at menacing. Look at that.
That's menacing. Vic the Viper is undefeated in terms of the inflatable wars. I haven't seen one that compares.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with the. I'll pan this over. The helmet of the Raiders. You know, doesn't have any glowing eyes. That's kind of my. Yeah. That's my standard right now. If you don't have any glowing eyes on your inflatable, what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean you got the dry ice smoke effect. I mean. It's a cornucopia of.
Put on a show.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Vic the Viper undefeated. Although I was interested to learn that you guys don't call it Vic the Viper on the team. You call it Nessie, or what would you tell us
that
last year?
That was kind of my time. People call it Nessie, but I like Vic better, and I think that's been more adopted recently.
I just made that up. I don't know if that's real or not. No, I keep lobbying for it.
That's a great name. I'm behind Vic because that just makes way more sense.
You're a believer now.
I'm a believer in Vic. It was never really had an official name either. It's been just kind of up in the air, and so I think there needs to be more like. Everyone needs to know, like, hey, this guy, the snake's name, his name's Vic, and it needs to be kind of announced, like an official announcement from Coach Sanders or something.
And the kickoff is going to go into and out of the end zone. I got to dig up my picture. I think I took it last year of Victoria the Viper. It was a character from, I think it was Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
Yeah, I put them side by side and trying to stoke a little romance there between Vic and Victoria.
Man, that's
a match made in heaven, I think.
Halloween season is upon us.
That's right.
Vipers get the ball to start this second half, and
I watched that movie for the first time like last week. I'd never seen it before, and it was solid.
Pretty good, yeah. It's one of Christina's favorite movies. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Back to football. Vipers have it, first down, going from right to left in the road whites with the chrome domes. I like that look. Straight ahead handoff, and the ball may come out or just bounce in. I think it was outside, but it's bouncing to the outside at the second effort. No gain in the play. Well, maybe what did come out because Teodecki fell back on the football.
That's
so very lucky right there.
That's that play by Teodecki.
Yeah, that usually when you kind of see that scramble of bodies, it means football is on the carpet a little bit. So glad the Vipers able to recover that one.
Gain of about a foot. 2nd down and 9. Teodecki in the shotgun. And hand off to Sam Brown. Both hands on the football. And he's going to push the pile out to the 27-yard line. But not much running room. On the stop was Aiden O'Brien Brown. So it's up a 3rd and 8 here for Vandegrift.
Sam Brown immediately opting to just lower the shoulder and meet a defender with some force, but couldn't keep the legs churning like the last big run he had, so stopped there for a short gain. And now it's 3rd and long here, opening drive of the second half for the Vipers.
Yeah, behind the chains here a little bit. 3rd down and 8 from the 27-yard line. One receiver right, 2 to the near side. Raiders fans making noise. Teodecki dropping back. Got a scramble to his right, being pursued, and just has to throw that one away. As coming in from the backside was Matthew McMillan. And it's a 3-and-out here for the Viper offense. Not the start they wanted here to start the second half.
No, not at all.
Well, the Vipers' offensive line started to really gain momentum toward the latter half of the first half, but the vaunted Cedar Ridge Raiders defensive front really closed the door there, limiting the Vipers to 2 really short gains on 1st and 2nd down, and you get in that 3rd and long, and that's a tough ask.
Wiley Olsen set to punt it away, and he launches it to the right side away from the return man. Takes a sideways roll, now bounces around at the 41-yard line. So Cedar Ridge had pretty decent field position to start their first drive of the second half with 10:40 to go, 3rd quarter. KP Swartwood writing in says, Vipers looking good. Shout out to Coach Swartwood. Your hard work never goes unnoticed. We're always proud of you. Go Vipers, G-A-U-X, from Mimi and Yes in New Orleans.
Mimi and Yes might be in the top 5 contributors.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, we always hear from.
First down at the 44 of the Raiders. Handoff Devenish. Good to see him back out on the field. And about a 3-yard carry out to the left side. I think you're right, Matt. I think it was just a situational thing that he was out of the game in.
He's such an explosive back, but he is undersized. You know, he's a small back, and so when you're in those obvious passing downs, sometimes as an offense coordinator, you just kind of want a bigger running back just for the purpose of pass protecting for those kind of deep shots, because you need more time to set up those deep throws later in the half.
2nd down and 7 after the gain of 3 out to the 43-yard line. Snowgay in the shotgun. Not a bootleg to his right. Dumps it off underneath. Complete. And a good job. Open field. No gain on the play. 30-something. That's 39.
39.
Luke Davis. Another sophomore.
Tyler Burchett on the reception, but went nowhere. 3rd and 7 coming up.
I mean, shout out all these sophomores contributing tonight on this defense. Had a ton of injuries, battling through, and you see these young guys coming in, Law, Davis, and now the safety, Colt Stevens, coming in and making his debut as first time on this defense, and he's been contributing well tonight.
3rd down and 7 coming up from the 43-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 on the near side. It kind of makes you wonder what the defense is going to look like a year or 2 from now. Dropping back, Snoga. Good protection, now stepping up. He's got some running room, trying to cut back to the 45, and will pick up the 1st down at the 48-yard line.
I mean, no kidding.
Third good scramble of the night.
He is using his legs first at this point, and he is just – their offense has kind of turned into a quarterback draw, optional pass on all these plays. It really is.
He didn't really have his eyes downfield there. No. I'm not saying it was a design run, but, I mean, you've got – 2 guys coming off the edge, pass rush is there. He's looking to run early.
Yeah, he's feeling the pressure.
Low snap, picks it off the carpet, hand off Devenish, trying to get the corner turn right side, slowed up a little bit, but knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line. There to knock him out was Parker Davis.
Really nice run there, and I mean, he is really quick. Reminds me of kind of more for the Vipers too.
Exactly,
he's in the similar running style, really fast back, really explosive immediately when he gets the ball, and makes really good cuts in the backfield whenever there's pressure. So he's a weapon for this offense.
Managed to pick up 4 yards on the play. 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Raiders. On the move. Give it to him again, straight ahead, up the middle, and boy, nowhere to go. That time he ran right into Gavin Law, and it's going to lose a yard back to the 45-yard line.
Not much happening there. Gavin Law having a whale of a game.
Fought the Law. The Law won.
There you go.
He's making a ton of plays tonight.
So it's a 2nd consecutive 3rd and long for Cedar Ridge.
Yeah.
And, we gotta wonder if number 17 Snaga, the quarterback, is going to take off again based on current precedent.
In the backfield with him is Devin Patterson. Trips wide left, 1 on the near side. dropping back, and Patterson picking up the
pressure's there.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
my gosh.
Pressure's there, and
he
this
picked up
time
the first guy, but he couldn't pick up 2 more, and it's going to be a big sack back at the 43-yard line.
there it is again,
the
Law,
Law
and now
again.
hooking up with Foot.
I mean, if you look up the pocket collapsing in
Yeah.
the Encyclopedia Britannica, ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what it looks like. I mean, it collapsed quick, Matt Sanders, as you had guys coming from both edges, another guy up the middle. Vipers just so quick on that defensive front.
I mean, you cannot run the Law tonight. I've got so many
No.
more of these. We can keep going. He's got such a great last name.
And punted over here to the near side. Chilton retreating, and that ball is going to bounce around and go out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. I kind of choked up on that sack because I was thinking of what you said about Patterson.
Yeah.
You could see him pick up the first guy coming in, but the second and third got to him before I could get the words out.
Yeah, that's I mean, Vipers only brought one extra defender there.
Right.
And they have enough in pressure to pick everyone up, and it did not work. And that's one of those plays where you've seen it all night long. There's been a ton of pressure on this quarterback. That's why he continues to use his legs. But the Vipers do a great job containing him inside. They do a great job setting the edge, not getting too far upfield. Quarterback has nowhere to go, and he's dropping the backfield. Really nice defensive series by the Vipers. And get the ball back to your offense, who went 3 and out last drive and now get a chance to kind of redeem themselves.
Bad field
here in this
position
one.
to start at the 14-yard line. Got to take care of the football here. Teodecki in the shotgun. And pass over the middle to Chilton. Had him open, but let him just a little bit too much. Gabriel Cisneros there to put on the hit and make sure.
And he's having a night as well.
He is.
He's playing really well, matched up on Chilton for most of the night. And Chilton's had a couple great plays, but
Oh, here we
this
go.
defensive
with the,
back is not shying away.
The swinging gate
Swinging
look.
gate
Here we
look
go.
here. Very interesting formation. Teodecki literally all alone in the backfield. And hands it off to Chilton on the end run. He's got some running to the 15 to the 20, up to the 25, and out to the 27-yard line. That was a nifty formation.
Yes,
that looks like
indeed.
something I would dump my electric football men down in the field to see how they lined up.
So we've seen that formation a couple times.
Yeah.
Have we snapped the ball out of
No,
that
have
formation?
not.
Yeah.
Mainly it been used to just kind of draw a timeout or confuse the defense.
Teodecki dropping back all day to throw. Now rolls to his left, buying himself some time. He's going to tuck it under and bounce to the outside and dives forward to the 33-yard line. Gain of about
running.
8 yards on the play.
Really smart run there by Teodecki all day.
Yeah.
And then looking downfield, just doesn't see anyone, evades pressure, then looks more downfield, still doesn't find his man, and decides to take off, and then does a great job avoiding taking any hits there, keeps himself out of harm's way, and then dives for some extra yards.
Hey, great job that time by number 79, Isaac Scott, staying with his block.
Yeah.
Downfield, the defender got past him, but he managed to stay
Kept
on the
working.
block, and it really freed things up for Teodecki. Great job, number 79.
Jalen Hamilton on the stop, and not before he picks up 8 yards on the play. Hand off to Brown up the middle. And he spins, digging for more. Maybe the second effort picked up an extra yard, but going to bring up a third down and a long yard here from the 34-yard line.
Oh, they didn't give us – oh, yeah, didn't quite get the first on the scramble. So, yeah, third and –
Yeah, they didn't get much
yeah,
of a spot at
didn't
all.
get
32.
any spot on that one either. So, one of those things. We're 3rd and 2. And tonight we've been pretty good on third down.
Yeah.
Not too much of a problem compared to last week where I felt like that was kind of the bane of our existence.
That's
Every
right.
3rd and short we were struggling.
Double tight end set. Handoff up the middle. Going to pick up the first down and more
They
out to
got
the
it.
38-yard line. Needed 2, picking up 5.
That's Ryan
That's
Brar.
Ryan Breyer.
Yeah.
His first carry of the night.
Good to see him get involved.
Yep. He's pumped up coming off the field. Man, junior running back. Fresh legs, picks up the first down. First down at the Viper 38-yard line. This drive started in the 14.
Interesting we didn't see the standard heavy formation there on 3rd and short.
Dropping back Teodecki. Pocket breaks down, rolling to his left, and fires over to the near side. Caught! What a catch at the
Wow.
44-yard. Oh, juggled it. They're going to give him the catch or no?
They're
going to say
saying
incomplete.
And
Almost a great
who's that
catch there
again?
by Marshall Leinenberger, but the
I
shot
mean,
jarred the ball loose.
Yeah, I mean, Hank, does this guy make any catch normal, or is this?
I think that it's all about the acrobatic catch for Mr. Leinenberger, number 20.
He almost brought that one in, too.
Almost
That
brought
was
that one
insane.
in. That would have been a heck of a play.
Took a massive shot, and that finally jarred the ball loose.
Can we draw him up like a screen pass or something?
Yeah.
Like, let's just see if he can catch one normally.
Maybe just give him a handoff.
Yeah, just get the ball and just see what happens.
Second down 10 from the 38-yard line. They tried to do what you said, Matt. They jumped in the neutral zone. One of the Vipers reached out, but there was no flag, and now we're going to get a timeout, I think.
Yeah, I think that's the right decision there. You're up, so you're not as pressed about using the timeout,
Right.
and you obviously call the hard count. You expect them to jump because they've been so admin of. I think that they've already jumped off sides 2 times tonight, if I'm not mistaken, and so you're kind of expecting there, and then play doesn't work. You just barely miss kind of the neutral zone touch and call a timeout. Let's talk about this one.
And Coach Sanders working the official over there. So didn't you see him touch him? Didn't you see him touch him? I saw him touch him. Pierre Hummert writing in says, hello, Merle. Wishing you all good Friday football in Texas. I'm watching in Carmichael, California, and cheering for my grandson, Parker Cecil, and the team. Love you, Parker. Go Vipers.
And he's having a night with the rest of the Viper offensive line, doing a great job. Again, this is one of the most elite defensive fronts I've seen in the district, honestly, from the games we've watched. And they are giving their quarterback a ton of time to process the field and make a really good decision. So, really, Hideki's been pressured maybe, a couple times at most with a really good front that loves to pressure. So they've been playing really great tonight.
Two receivers right, one to the near side after the timeout. 2nd down and 10 coming up from the 38-yard line. 5:02 to go, third quarter. Has been moving pretty quickly here. That's good news for Viper fans. Teodecki, swing pass, left side, complete to Chilton. To the 45, out to the 47, 48-yard line. Very near the first down marker. Looks like he's about a yard shy here. 3rd down and 1 coming up.
Just a quick throw there, a little inside hitch, and we've seen Mr. Teodecki deliver it on a line before. That was a laser beam. And Chilton's so quick. I mean, you see him get out of that break. He catches the football. He's just upfield like a dart.
Yep. Big 3rd down here. 3rd and 1 from the 47. Viper offense wants to stay on the field. And straight ahead handoff and going to depend on the push. And the second effort got him across the 50-yard line.
It's Brar again. Looks like they found another kind of power back to come in here for these short yardages. And he has found his role in the team. That's his second time now coming in and getting a play like that. So it seems like, they were struggling last week with the short yardages on those 4th and short downs with their jumbo package. So went back to the drawing board, found a guy who hasn't got a ton of opportunity and found a role in him. And so far tonight, 2 for 2. Really nice job by Brar.
Needed 1, picked up 3. There's a reverse on the end run. Here's Chilton around the right side of the 45, far sideline. He might go to the 35, cuts back 30 to the 25 and knocked down to the 23-yard line. But a 27-yard reverse from Brock Chilton.
Goodness gracious, what a run. I mean, you see the speed of this kid. As soon as he gets the ball, he's running full speed.
I was going to ask, did you keep him in your camera frame? Because that's a challenge.
I mean, I lost it for a second there just because the reverse got me where I was like, I thought it was staying play side, went back. And
what's a cool play design, too.
Yeah,
You've set that up the entire game. You're running that the zone play to the left. You're pulling the right guard. He's going left. All eyes are going that direction. You hand it back going the other way to Chilton. Really cool play design there.
Got an injured Raider down at the field. There's a big collision there at the 23-yard line on that tackle. Pete Venuto is clearly watching somebody else. He says, wants to give a shout-out to our grandson, Jake Venuto, number 19. He says, missed your ESPN quality coverage last week as we were at the game. So Pete and Lynn Venuto are clearly watching somebody else's broadcast.
I don't know, Merle. ESPN, Merle Bertrand, the voice of the Vipers. Merle also runs like, how many other broadcasts you got on your big board there?
About 25 on the weekend.
25 others. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
And I'm hearing my camera work is so much improved from last season.
Oh, there's no question.
We're getting there.
There's no
question.
We're
almost at Sports Center level. I feel like we're getting up.
My favorite last year, we got back-to-back emails. Can the camera widen out a little bit? It's too close. And then the very next email, the camera's too wide. Can you zoom in a little bit? Injured player was Darius Morrow. He walked off the field under his own power. That's good to see. Hopefully he'll be okay for the Raiders. First down, Vipers at the 25-yard line after the scramble from Chilton. Straight ahead handoff, Justin Moore. He's hit in the backfield and going to be stacked up for no gain in the play. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
No room there. Really nice job by the front of the Raiders defense. Just erasing any sort of running room.
Cade Erickson on the stop.
It's really been tough sledding on early downs, especially for the run game. Says a lot about the quality of that defensive line for Cedar Ridge, but we did see in the first half, in later stages, you start getting some bigger gains. Vipers need to open it up.
2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Tiadecki, play action pass. Dropping back, now rolling to his right. They got a spy on him. Pass over to the right side, complete to Brock Chilton. Good for a first down at the rated 13-yard line.
Finding his main man right at the sticks.
So difficult. Running your left-handed quarterback, you're running, you got to throw it against your body. I mean, Tiadecki makes that look easy, but it's not. And then delivers that ball, you hit him right at the top of the number 1 on his jersey.
Yeah.
2:48 to go, third quarter. Vipers in the red zone for sure now at the 13-yard line. Dropping back again. Pass, left side, got a receiver. Caught, touchdown, Vipers. Hauling it in is Thomas Beekler.
Beak the freak, getting into the end zone. That's what you want to see. Couple drops early, but does not matter. This kid mentally, doesn't matter to him.
That's right.
Keep going back. He's going to catch those big balls, going to make big plays. And that's why he's been the number 2 of this offense. He is their guy when they need to play.
Boy, that drive, gentlemen, goes for 12 plays, and you go 86 yards. That's the drive of the game right there.
It certainly is. You wanted that to come out the second half. You didn't get it, but they definitely redeemed themselves that time, guys. Now going for 2 here with a 24-point lead, trying to make a 32-6 lead. Tiadecki. Dropping back, pass right side, and a sliding catch made. Did he make it? He did. The 2-point conversion is good. I can't see who that is. It's awful dark in that corner.
That's Beak again. That's number 5, Thomas Beekler.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. What a cool, that's a play you've been working on all year since the first day of two-a-days, probably. I mean, you got your specialty plays for those 2-point conversions. Good opportunity based on the score differential there to get a rep on a 2-point play.
Yeah, I'm thinking, what's the difference between 25 and 26 there? I know he's got the analytics and all that kind of stuff.
So technically, I don't know, honestly. I think when you're, I don't know. Maybe you just want to try a 2-point play. I have no clue, honestly. I'm trying to think 25 or 26 points, either way, because 8 points, you get 3 scores there at 24.
Yeah.
So
25
regardless,
is still 4.
you're still up 1 point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, I think maybe you've got the cushion there, so you've got the 25-point lead. Maybe you just want to get a repetition on the 2-point conversion play that you've been, repping, now for 2 months of the season. Because it's all about the repetition, right, Matt Sanders?
Yeah. But then if you don't get it, then it's within the 3 8s, right? If it only be 24. So I think maybe that's just a call where you're you feel like the lead's up enough, you feel like you're good, and you're like, hey, let's practice a 2-point conversion play.
Okay, now this is interesting. Hugo de LaVar Vasquez is going to kick this ball away. When I started doing him when he was a freshman broadcast, he was their kicker on the freshman team. He's going to kick it away here. And he shows why he was a good kicker as a freshman. It's fielded 2 yards deep in the end zone, up to the 5, to the 10, and up to the 15. Look out at the 20, the 25-yard line. Good hustle over there by Parker Davis on special teams to keep that one to about a 25-yard return. Yeah. That was the first time I ever really came across a linebacker kicker. Hugo de LaVar Vasquez as a freshman.
He might be the biggest kicker I've ever seen down there. I mean,
certainly one of the meanest.
Yeah, he looks menacing.
He's mad because Wiley Olsen got a game-saving tackle. That's what it was.
That's it. Well, and sometimes you just got to feed the monster.
That's right.
I mean, the guys out there doing all the work as a defensive lineman, one of the stars of this Viper defense, and you got to give him an opportunity to go kick the ball.
He's back on the field in his traditional line position now on the near side, number 9. First down and 10 Raiders at the 25-yard line. Snoga. Handoff to Devonish, and he is going to fall forward to about the 28-yard line. Pretty nifty knife back there to pick up about 3 yards on the play. 2nd 7.
So you see number 9, DVV right there. He makes the big kickoff, but you saw him right there doing a perfect job of turning that play back inside, keeping that outside shoulder free. He cuts that play off, seals the edge. Technically very proficient. Vipers are always so disciplined with their gap discipline. I mean, it's just a beautiful effort there by DVV.
Dropping back, trying to set up the screen pass. Going to be sacked. Nowhere to go. Ran right into Gavin Law once again because there were 2 other guys surrounding him. He tried to step up to Snoga, and Law was right there.
Gavin Law is having a whale of a game, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's his 3rd tackle for loss. I don't think he was on the roster, the varsity roster at the beginning of the year.
I love seeing some nasty defensive nose guard work there, and this kid
only because you don't have to block against him anymore.
I mean, this kid is having a night.
3rd down and 14, back to the 21-yard line.
Can't escape Johnny Law.
Snuggle with Devonish to his left side, and a timeout going to be taken here by the Raiders. Jason Zabinski writing in says, thank you, Steiner Ranch Steakhouse, for your sunset views and for bringing us this fine football production. Great halftime show by the Legacies. Best part of the game. Go Vipers. Says proud Legacy dad of Aspen Zabinski. Well, a couple comments there. Thank you to, of course, Steiner Ranch Steakhouse and all the sponsors for making it possible for us to come out here. And I think I overheard on the PA that the Legacies are going to be forming in England.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's very cool.
That's
Congratulations.
very cool. I mean, look, if you are interested in seeing a Broadway-like performance, I mean, just come to any Vipers football game. I mean, the wall of sound from the Vipers band, the Vipers Legacies. I mean, it's quite an unbelievable spectacle at halftime. I mean, you really entertaining. They do a fantastic job. It's so cool, Matt. The entire time you played at Vandegrift High School, the band was there before you to practice. I mean, it's astonishing. I mean, they get there, before the rooster crows, put in a lot of hours. And they've got several state championships, a national championship.
Elite group, and it's such a needed thing. People don't talk about it, but, like, the environment of a football game is so tied to those bands.
Yep.
And it just adds to that atmosphere, and it gets you up as a player. Like, when the band is going behind you, you feel it. 3rd
down and 14, pass over the middle of the field. That was going to be picked off. Intercepted at the 48-yard line. You could see it coming as it may have been deflected, and hauling it in was
first of the year, Tobias Gray.
Yeah.
Last year, I believe he led the team in interceptions, and we have yet to see him grab one this year, and there he goes, gets his first one. And that is been the story tonight for the Raiders. They just can't get it done through the air. This quarterback has been under pressure all night long, looked uncomfortable,
right?
And he has just no time to sit back and deliver any accurate passes because the Viper defense has been in his lap all night long. And so, man, shout out again to this front. This
tremendous
defensive line, Sturgeon, DVV, Law, all playing out of their minds tonight and have been unrelenting to this
I
quarterback.
think the only one saw that interception coming sooner than you was Tobias Gray himself.
I think you're right, yep. And pass dumped off underneath, complete to Beekler again to the 43-yard line. Gain of about 5 yards on the play, maybe 6 for the Vipers. We're coming up inside of a minute to go, 3rd quarter. Vandegrift in command of this one, 32-6. We wondered how they would bounce back, and boy, have they.
Yeah, this looks like an angry Vipers team, honestly. This is a team that, and let's go back to what Coach said kind of pregame. When a coach says, hey, you had a good week of work, that usually means you were amped up and everyone was completely locked in at practice. You rarely see a coach kind of hype up their practice week like that.
Pump fake. Teodecki rolling to his right. And now just fires over to the far sideline. Caught somehow. Flag comes down here on the near side, however. Maybe ineligible downfield. Beekler hauling it in.
It is ineligible downfield. I saw the line judge make the signal.
One of those plays. It takes so long to develop.
Yeah.
Sometimes an offensive lineman, you don't realize you're drifting downfield. You're still trying to work your block. But it is just one of those things. That's my least favorite penalty as an offensive lineman because it's like I'm just doing my job, and I find myself a half yard down where this box is. It's like I'm not thinking about that at all. So that is my least favorite penalty in football.
Well, somebody else saw the interception coming before even Tobias Gray. I'll get to that right after this play here. 2nd down and 9 coming up. Talk about a perfectly timed email. 2nd down and 9 coming up from the 43-yard line. 30 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. 2 receivers wide right, 2 to the near side. Dropping back, Teodecki. Pump fake. Fade pattern, near side, got Chilton behind the defense, 25 to the 20, and down to the 19-yard line. 1st down, Vipers.
God, what a great receiver, number 1, Brock Chilton. I mean, just amazing. He does such an amazing job getting off the line of scrimmage. He runs great routes. He's got the good hands award. I mean, this guy is the total package as a receiver, and just does it all. Returns kicks. I mean, what a great player, number 1.
And we have reached the end of the 3rd quarter. Vipers have increased their lead to 32-6 on the move again. I would expect to see maybe some different guys coming out here in the 4th quarter. We'll see how it all plays out. 32-6, Vipers on top. You're watching Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
Thank you to our sponsor, Wayne Weigelt State Farm Insurance Agency, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Please visit www.agentwayne.com for all your insurance and financial service needs.
Family time, anytime, always worth every dime. On our ways, chicken eat, unbelievable sweet tea. Express tenders, they're the best, not to mention all the rest. Chicken E's the place to go for all of us in the know. Plenty of size to make a meal. Chicken E is for real. Follow me to Chicken E, gotta have their sweet tea.
All right, looks like the starter's going to stay on the field here to finish this drive out at least. First down and 10, Vandegrift at the 20-yard line, moving from left to right as the fourth quarter gets underway. Up 32-6, looking to seal the deal. And pass, slant pattern, near side. Jackman going to be down to about the 15-yard line, a 5-yard pickup to the junior wide receiver, Ontario Jackman.
Good to see him getting involved.
Yeah.
You know, and he's another one of those guys that's having to step up with some injuries in this offense, and glad to get him. And all these guys just need those plays to kind of like, hey, here's some experience, get some more catches in a varsity game, get some more confidence under you, because as the year goes on, you're going to need each of these guys at a certain moment to make a play.
That's exactly right.
And so the more they can get their hands on the football and know what that feels like, the more they'll be prepared for that.
Trips wide left. Jackman used primarily as a kickoff and punt returner, but nice catch there. Tiorecki's going to swing it out to him again in the flat. Cutting it back up to the 5 into the end zone, touchdown. There you go.
All right.
Ontario Jackman gets it in, and again, another design play. They just want to get the ball to him, give him a little taste, get him a touchdown, and everyone's getting hyped up. There we go. And that should, I think that's 38 points, right?
The fat lady isn't singing yet. The fat lady isn't singing yet, but she's warming up.
Yeah. She's getting ready, and I'm assuming at this point, fourth quarter, you're up. You've already sustained a lot of injuries this season. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an entirely new group of Vipers out there for the remainder of the night, just because this game's out of reach, and get some guys who haven't had as much playing time this year some more experience.
Such as Hudson Moore, a wide receiver, is going to kick this extra point. High snap, good hold, kick is up. And Hudson Moore gets his name in the scorebook with the extra point. 39-6 now your score. Vipers with the lead. I mentioned a few moments ago about the interception that Tobias Gray had. As that interception was happening, I got an email from Dominic Better, says, shout out to Tobias Gray. No kidding. Shout out to Tobias Gray from Anthem in North Carolina. Exciting game tonight. So proud of you and the great work you're doing. Go Vipers. So apparently Dominic Better saw into the future. Thank you very much for the email.
I think everyone needs to start emailing in their certain players so then they all get these crazy plays.
There you go.
I think that might be it. There might be some sort of relationship there.
Brian Elsick writes in, says, great broadcast, great response by the Vipers on both sides of the ball. Believe that makes 3 games in a row now with the turnover after not getting one the first 3 games with the Tobias Gray interception. So he says, hate that I'm not at Dragon, but enjoying the broadcast from Athens, Georgia, while visiting my former legacy at University of Georgia. That's from Brian Essick. Thank you, Brian. Vipers are enjoying this one, too. 39-6, early fourth quarter.
Again, this is a
breakout.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, breakout performance, and you're exactly right, man. I think it's exactly what the doctor ordered. Vipers, getting healthy, getting in the rhythm.
Vista Ridge leading McNeil 28-24, third quarter, back and forth they go.
I'm really interested in who wins that game because, to me personally, I feel like McNeil should win, just based off what we saw last week and how they are so talented on both sides of the ball. I felt like, and I felt like we just handled Vista Ridge way better. It's just one of those games where I feel like every year we really do that to Vista Ridge. So, man.
That game, the McNeil game, it's just those fourth downs. Yeah. I mean, Coach Sanders' point when he was talking about in the pregame remarks is, we've just been used to and accustomed to those being conversions 90% of the time, and then go 0 for 4 on 4th and short. That's just uncharacteristic.
Most of the same defense out there. A couple new players on the defensive line, but guys who are normally kind of in the rotation. So no one. Vipers not done yet. On
the end around, diving out to the 32-yard line. Pretty nifty play there for Christian Hall. Gain of about 8 yards on the play. Going to bring up a second down. It gets 7. Second down and 3 from the 32-yard line.
Number 14, Coach Swartwood on this near side as a cornerback. Get on that stop. Get a look at number 28, a linebacker, James Mulcahy.
Yes, there are some new faces out there. Second down and 2. 10:51 to go. Vipers in command. Dropping back. Handoff left side. Devonish going to be stacked up for a loss back to the 32-yard line. 3 or 4 Vipers got to him at the exchange. Vipers swarming to the football no matter who's out in the field. That was Luke Davis, I think, the first one to get there.
Also, number 99, Ryan Westerfeld.
Stony Point and Manor 28-14. Stony Point, I'm really surprised. Everybody has been smoking Manor, but kudos to them for not giving up on their season and fighting hard against Stony Point tonight. Third down and 3. We'll see them on Thursday night next week. Handoff right side, Devonish trying to get the corner turned up to the 30, to the 35. Breaking tackles out from the 39-yard line. And a first down for the Raiders.
10 minutes left in this one. Raiders, at this point, they're not really in a hurry, so, I feel like they've kind of thrown in the towel of this comeback, but they're still, trying to put some points on the board, run their offense, make it look better on the scoreboard at the end of the game, so they're still pushing for some points, but really not in a hurry here to try and come back.
Play action pass over to the right side and off the mark. Fired downfield, trying to get it to Jake McGill, but incomplete. Second down and 10. They're not out of the playoff race by any stretch of the imagination. This loss dings them, gets them behind the rest of the pack, but they're still in this thing.
Well, it's going to be a bit of a log jam. Going to be really interesting to see how the season plays out in District 25 6A, as there's multiple playoff caliber teams in this district.
Second down and 10.
Low snap.
And handoff up the middle, stacked up for no gain on the play, 3rd and 10. So after giving up a couple of bigger plays, this Viper defense has kind of swarmed the football and stemmed the tide a little bit. On the stop that time for Vandegrift, Braden Altrudo, the junior defensive lineman. 3rd down and 10 coming up.
Again, Raiders in no hurry here.
No.
And that's just like, at this point, they're also trying to stop the Vipers from getting the ball with too much time to keep running up the score, so I think they're more in kind of the protecting this point differential game right now than anything.
3rd down and 10, dropping back. Now stepping up, Snoga fires underneath and caught. Nice catch, but it's a beautiful stick there that prevented him from picking up the first down. Great catch from Tyler Burchett.
And Chase Ritchie coming in to lay the boom there.
They gave him the first down, but, man, Ritchie did everything he could to prevent it.
And he's made a ton of good tackles tonight. That's a corner who is not afraid to hit at all. He will throw his body at wide receivers. And both of his biggest hits tonight, the wide receiver has somehow hung on to the football. I don't know how.
Low snap, play action. Over to the left side and picked off. Intercepted up the near sideline to the 40, to the 45, to the 50.
He's going to
go. The other way. This might be a pick six. Brady Cernchik, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Vipers.
All right. You get a pick 6 for the Vipers. What a play by number 4, Brady Cernchik. I mean, that's just a great read by him coming over. He saw that one early and made a really nice run there after the catch. It eluded a couple of defenders.
Did a great job staying in bounds because I thought his momentum was going to take him out of bounds.
Walking that tightrope. I mean, he is on the track team, so definitely can see with that and the speed there on the return. And, wow, that is icing on the cake there. It really puts the game out of reach, and now with confidence you can kind of put more people in there and get some guys who haven't gotten opportunities to play this season. And thought it would happen on that drive, but as we'll see the offense back out, or I guess no, we just scored, so defense come back out. We'll see how many new faces we'll see on that unit.
High snap. Good job by Lawson Lombard to get that one down, and the kick is up and good from Hudson Moore, who's now 2 for 2 in PATs. And the Vipers really, for the first time this year, look like last year's Vipers.
Yeah. This is what you expect.
Yeah, what a defensive performance. I mean, Cedar Ridge comes in here averaging 37.3 points a game and 443 yards of offense. You've held, you're through 3.5 quarters, you've held them to 6 points. And, I mean, what a job by this Vipers defense. Yeah. Really impressive and mature performance. Great bounce back from the really tough loss last week. Mm-hmm. when I thought the defense played really well, offense is firing on all cylinders. And Merle, I think you're exactly right. We're starting to see some shades of last season's dominant performances in the Vipers team that's maybe come in here a little mad, playing a little angry.
And I didn't want to say this at the start of the game, and just making sure I didn't curse anybody or anything.
Right.
But I was gonna say, kind of had that feeling that I felt bad for the Raiders, for a Viper team that comes in here after that loss last week. This is a game where you have every reason to come in, angry, make a statement. This is your game to show everyone that, hey, we're back, and we're still the Vandegrift Vipers, and to play like that name on your chest has played in this district for the last 7-8 years.
Right.
So didn't want to say it too early, but this is kind of one of those games where I feel a bit bad for the Raiders, just unfortunate timing for having to play this one.
Up to the 20, the 25-yard line, and still on his feet up to about the 30 or 25 or 26-yard line. Nice return again. I think that was Mark Antoni on the return.
Number 29, Landon Huber, senior linebacker on the stop, along with Aiden Mitchell, special teams player of the game, maybe. That guy's everywhere on special teams.
Stony Point 35, Manor 14 into the third. Cedar Park leading Eastview 24-21. That's a good one.
Do we know the McNeil Vista score yet, or?
Nothing recent. Oh, they just got an update.
Oh, nice.
Vista Ridge 35, McNeil 31. Oof. Thank you, Christina.
Good grief.
That one, that's still in the third quarter, so plenty of football left in that one. Low snap and handoff up the middle. Managed to salvage about 5 yards on that play. Actually, about 3, pardon me.
New quarterback in the game for the Raiders, number 11.
This is Tillman Subak is how that's pronounced.
Comes in. Looks like the Raiders also new running back as well. Number 24, we did see.
Yeah, we saw him earlier.
But
that's Patterson back there.
Aiden Coughlin, number 52, is in the game. Defensive tackle.
So Subak is the new quarterback. 2 receivers right, 2 to the near side. Low snap. That one dribbles back in the carpet. They somehow get the handoff off, and it's a big play up the middle. And using the referee, the umpire there as a pick. Nice job by Patterson. Screened off a couple of Viper defenders. First down, Cedar Ridge.
I mean, you can't ask for a better play after a low snap. Because of the low snap, the entire Viper defensive front is in the backfield.
Yeah.
And the running back just gets it just in time and skirts away for a nice little gain. Seen a lot of new Vipers coming in here.
Good tackle on that last play by number 31. That's Luke Corbell, another sophomore.
First down and 10 Raiders at their own 38-yard line. Handoff right side. Patterson. This time
baby.
Be dropped for a loss. Coming in backside was Luis Furiel.
What a play.
Viper defense,
make those
is
plays.
Fired up.
Getting fired up off that play. What a really nice stunt by that senior linebacker. There as well to help him out was number 44, Cash Wilkerson. That's a great name.
That is a great name, yep.
Coming in off the edge.
Second down and 15, loss of 5, back to the 33-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 to the near side. Subak. Pass over to the left side, complete on the edge of the 35. Wrapped up and dropped immediately. Good play by Coach Swarwood to hold that one to about a 3-yard pickup. Sets up a 3rd down and 12. Dave Mann writes in, says, we're watching grandson number 77, Carter Mann, right tackle offensive line. Great job blocking downfield. Go Carter and the Vipers. Watching from Gilbert, Arizona. All across the country tonight. Watching Viper football.
Have we had any international
Not yet.
viewers this year?
3rd down and 12 from the 36. Dropping back. Try to set up a screen pass, and they dump it off underneath, complete to the 35, up to the 40. Breaking a tackle of the 45 and stuck at the 46. Going to be stacked up a couple yards shy of the first down. Nice job by Cedar Ridge to pick up a chunk, but not enough, as 5 Vipers getting up from the bottom of the pile.
Number 22, Joey Fennell in on the stop. Also number 46, we've called his name a couple times. Tyler Miller.
Now it's 4th and 3 for the Raiders, and with not much left to play for, you obviously decided to go for this one. No reason to punt. You're not protecting anything, or not. There's no more field position battle. The game's already decided, so want to go for it.
5:18 to go. And
another
number
procedure
6
penalty. And this has been the story tonight for the Raiders. And it's just, 1 or 2, it happens every team, but 6
Right.
is a story of just a struggle in offense. And now you back up from a very manageable 4th and 3. That's in all analytic of a sense, you go for that in almost every situation.
Right.
And now you're backed up to 4th and long, and now you feel like you have to punt just because it's so unlikely to get that. You do not want to get the ball back to the Vipers to put more points up on the board. So just another brutal timing of a procedure penalty for the Raiders.
High, booming punt. Jackman just going to get away from this, lands at the 15-yard line. Now steps up, makes the play. And up the near sideline of the 20, the 25, cuts back, look out to the 30. He's got good speed. Can he get the corner turn?
Almost
now he's turned to the
gets
35 to the 40 and out to the 41-yard line. A 26-yard return. He ran about 80 miles.
I mean, he went
coast to coast,
corner to corner on that run.
Nice job there by Ontario Jackman, the junior wide receiver, showing the speed.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of those returns, too, where, he already kind of decided I'm not returning this, and he's like, we're up this much. Had a favorable bounce right into his chest. He's like, I'll just take this one for fun.
Right.
And almost ends up having a really nice, almost broke that one for a touchdown. Really nice return there.
Yeah.
He probably ran almost 100 and something yards, but
sideways.
55.
He ran the entire width of the field.
Yes,
what is
he
that,
did.
55, 53, 55 yards?
We should have a new quarterback, and there should be Lawson Lombard, the senior quarterback.
Yeah, I believe he's in.
See, he's in the backfield with them. Probably Brar has had a couple of nice pickups. Yeah, he's going to get the pass underneath, complete to the 48-yard line. Gain of about 5 yards on the play. Trying to see who it is who made the reception. Number 82, that is Chase Phillips.
Chase Phillips, who has a touchdown tonight.
Yes, he does.
Staying on the field, getting some more
Start of the
stats.
fourth quarter out in Hutto. Hutto 26, Round Rock 25. The Hippos blocking an extra point.
Get a new.
I wish we had red zone for all the games in the district, because all the games get so crazy. I wish we could switch to them real quick, like this just happened, and that's the future, Merrill, one day.
Trips to the left side. And straight ahead handoff, looking for running room. Low in the shoulder, banging it down to about the 48-yard line, very near the first down marker. Brar on the carry. Man, I think you're right, Matt. I think the Vipers have found their short situation back here.
Yeah, he is listed on the roster at 6 foot 215. That's a pretty big back. That's a lot of meat right there. And he runs with some force behind him. We have our Sam Brown, who is a bowling ball of butcher knives, but Brar is really good as well, just getting downhill, and both times on short down situations, he just finds a way to get that first down, and that is what you're looking for in those scenarios. So I think tonight has proved a point, like he is a weapon this offense can use in those situations.
Trips wide left again, Lombard. Play action, swing pass, left side complete to the 45, and going to be good for about a 5-yard pickup again. Got swallowed up before I could see who hauled that one in, but it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 5 here for Vandegrift.
I think that was Ontario Jackman.
Yeah, it was
Jackman again.
Jackman again. We had some new offensive linemen again. Right tackle number 50, Vishnu Valaru, senior. Also, we've got in the game a tight end, number 48, another sophomore, Alex Paulson.
Number 73, Carter Foot, in there as well. A junior offensive lineman.
2nd down and 5 from the Raider 44. Handoff left side. Makes the first guy's miss. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Henry Rennell, a senior running back, with the carry. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 7.
Cedar Ridge defense not showing any quit as they just decimate that left side of the offensive line, leak through, and then not much running room on that one.
Vipers don't have to run another play before the 2-minute timeout. Looks like they're going to let the clock tick down here. Got to make sure they don't do something sneaky.
Number 56, Ryan Olson's in the game, junior offensive lineman.
So we have reached the 2-minute timeout. Vipers in command, 46-6, with 2 minutes left to go. Airman Jawal writing in says, this is Airman here, the 2022 football manager for Vandegrift. I'm watching it here from Erie, Pennsylvania, and I'm watching the Vipers do well from last week. I was on JV during my 2020 season and assisted by Tommy Hartman. So Tommy Hartman with the assist there. Thank you for the email.
It's been a while since I have been completely relaxed in the fourth quarter of
I
a
know.
Vandegrift Viper football game.
Yeah.
feel like every game this year I'm either stressed out or coming up with ways we can come back from improbable odds. So this is nice, relaxing change of pace. A little less fun, I guess, for in terms of energy, but nice, calm environment where you got the win. This is a much-needed victory, and very happy with everything we've seen tonight from this team.
Yeah. 3rd down and 7. 2 minutes left to go. Two receivers here to the near side. Lombard in the shotgun. Brar lined up behind him. Raiders showing blitz. Hand off to Brar, and he breaks one tackle and pounds it down to the 43-yard line. So it's up a 4th down at about 5. Thanking to Lawson's mom, Kimberly Lombard, by the way, president of the Viper Football Booster Club. That's a massive undertaking.
You see number 79, Isaac Scott, blocking his guy 15 yards downfield on the last play. Kind of makes your heart sing when you see that kind of thing.
I've been very impressed with Isaac Scott this season. He's gotten a couple meaningful minutes just because of the injuries of the offensive line. I remember maybe last week or the week before, I saw him in his first action and got a pancake on the first play he was in. I'm like, all right, this kid's after my own heart. Love seeing that. And you love seeing those young guys get in and just immediately just play with violence on the offensive line. And that's what he does.
4th and 5. Viper's going to go for it here. And timeout. Timeout taken by whom?
I think
they've got a delayed game? That was an awful quick 40 seconds, but they're going to march it off against the Vipers and make it 4th and 10.
And I guess at this point, a minute left. Why not leave him out there?
Leave him out there.
Yeah,
we know we
try
can
and pick
punt.
him up.
Let's give him some reps. McNeil leading Vista Ridge now 38-35, late 3rd quarter. Back and forth they go. 2 receivers left. Lombard straight ahead, hand up to Brar. He almost picked up the 1st down. Got about 7 yards on the carry. It will be a turnover on downs, and the Raiders will get it back for the final 67 seconds. But a nice drive nonetheless.
I'm liking what Brar's brought to the table in the run game. He is very good at just sticking his foot in the ground and going north-south, which is always needed in the running game. And right there, again, he is just immediately gets the handoff, goes straight forward. And I've never seen someone run in a straight line that quickly. With that much power to get the first down in a 4th and 11, you're running just a straight up zone scheme to your running back. So love the effort there.
So 1st down for the Raiders. Two receivers to the right, 2 to the near side. Snaps on the carpet, picked up by the running back, and he's going to be dropped for a big loss. That'll be the easiest tackle for the loss of the year for James Mulcahy.
Attaboy, James Mulcahy, number 28.
Number 99, Ryan Westfield in there with the assist as well. But that is, again, low snaps. I'm assuming at this point they have a backup center or something in there.
Probably
so the snaps
so,
are just, he just hasn't been used to snapping the football, so good to get some reps.
Subak handoff left side. Nice run out to the 45 to the 50 in the Viper territory. Cuts it back up to the 35 and drug down. Patterson on the carry. Saving the touchdown for the Vipers was Tyler Miller.
Good open field tackle. Also chasing the play down from behind, number 68, Gio Salazar.
1st down at the Viper 33-yard line. Probably the final play here of this quarter. And another bad snap, but Subak gets it, swings it over to the right side, complete to the 40, to the 35, and knocked down at the 30. Clock is going to tick down. 6 seconds. That should be it.
Good gang tackling over there. Number 24, Max Newman. And on the stop, a senior defensive back.
Yeah, Raiders not opting for another play, and that's it.
That's it.
46-6 here. Vipers win a, statement game. A nice response game. Just what we wanted to see.
46-6, the final score. Vandegrift led at 24-6 at the half, so they come out and score 22 unanswered points in the fourth quarter, in the second half, that put this thing away. And really, from the opening gun, the strip on the fumble. Yeah, you throw the interception on the next play, but they really jumped out to a quick 14-0 lead and never looked back, guys.
Well, I tell you what, you take a team that has been putting up massive offensive numbers against every team that they've played this year. 37, averaging 37 points. You hold them to 6. No, they didn't. They certainly didn't gain 443 yards, which is their average. I don't think they got to 200. I mean, they just did not have an answer for the Vipers defense, who was swarming all day like the Vipers that we're accustomed to seeing every time we watch one of their games. And then you love to see the offense have a breakout game like this and win a comfortable game, a statement game, like you said, Matt Sanders coming off of that loss. This is a good win, and it sets us up well for the rest of the season.
What really sets you up well, before we go to the break here, and we're going to hear from Coach Sanders with his questions, and Brian will talk to Coach Sanders here in the post-game show. But the move this week, to move the game next week up against winless Manor. Manor has not been competitive. You never want to disrespect an opponent, so you got to come out and play the game. But you're going to play that on Thursday night now. So you're going to get what you hope is sort of a working bye, maybe only half a game of football for your starters. See some more of these guys come in the second half. Hopefully get an impressive win and get an extra day off to prepare you for that final 3 games of the season.
Yeah, that is a huge reason why you move that game up, because you get an extra day of rest. And at this point in the season, it makes such a difference. As a football player who's been there, you're at this point, every part of your body hurts. I don't know what it is, but it's just a physical game.
Right.
Especially if you play in the trenches like I did. Nothing feels good by week 8. You have a problem in every single joint in your body. And so having just one extra day off makes a whole lot of difference, and you just feel a whole lot fresher. For whatever reason, your body, especially at the age of a high school athlete, you can recover really fast within 24 hours. So to have an extra rest day means a lot. And really important for the upcoming games, where after Manor you face kind of a little bit of a tougher stretch where some teams that are still competing for their share of the title or whatever. So I really like the move of kind of moving that up to Thursday, even though I don't like Thursday games that much. I won't be here next week, so I get to skip out on that one.
So 46-6, your final score. We're going to take a break. Hank's going to get the numbers put together. We'll hear from Coach Sanders a couple of times and be back to wrap this one up in the post-game show. Vipers with an impressive road win, a nice bounce-back win to improve to 4-2, more importantly 3-1 in district play. 46-6, your final score. Back after this break, Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network.
Coach Scott.
When you buy or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the Vandegrift community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com.
Thank you to our sponsor, Wayne Weigelt State Farm Insurance Agency, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Please visit www.agentwayne.com for all your insurance and financial service needs.
Family time, anytime, always worth every dime. On our ways, chicken eat, unbelievable sweet tea. Express tenders, they're the best, not to mention all the rest. Chicken E's the place to go for all of us in the know. Plenty of size to make a meal. Chicken E is for real. Follow me to Chicken E. Gotta have their sweet tea.
If you or your Vandegrift athlete have suffered an orthopedic injury or have joint pain, let Dr. Matthew Crawford and his team at Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine take care of you. Dr. Crawford specializes in diagnosis and treatment of sports-related injuries with an emphasis on injury prevention and conservative treatments. He and his team offer cutting-edge arthroscopic and minimally invasive surgical techniques. Visit them today at austin-orthopedics.com. Let Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine keep you at the top of your game.
Hey, Viper fans, Coach Sanders with the Viper Minute. I hope you're doing good. This is the time of the broadcast where we talk just a bit about things other than X's and O's. We want to talk about kind of what makes us Vandegrift. And besides the namesake and our hallmarks, we also have something called the 3 questions, and we want to answer yes enthusiastically to these 3 questions. Last week we talked about the question of are you committed to excellence and what that means to us. This week we're going to talk about this simple question of do you care about me? And that sounds funny, like maybe you didn't grow up playing football or playing sports and you're like, why is that important? I think it's one of our most important things that we can do is care about our teammates, and that's where it all starts. I firmly believe that love is a better motivator than fear. And I try to coach like that at all times. Some of my coaches growing up coached through fear, and it definitely works for a while, and I definitely was always on edge around them and fearful to make a mistake. And then I've had a couple coaches that coached through love, and it's basically the reason I'm sitting here today talking to you guys. And there's so much advantage to building every relationship you have through that care lens, I guess I should say. And so, as a coach, we want them to know we care about them, so we need to answer yes to that. But we want our players to know that they care about their teammates, and they also care about their coaches. And if they do that, then they want to show up on time. They want to do what we ask. They want to do well in the classroom. They want to represent the brand away from school well. And so all of that care drives action, and that's one of the things that we focus on. Because when I go home and I don't feel like taking out the trash or doing the things that we all need to do, mowing the yard. Man, football season, mowing the yard, that is a chore for me that it's just, man, I have a hard time getting it done because I have so much tape I need to watch and things I need to prepare. But you know what drives me is care for my family, care for my house, care for all of that stuff. And so I go and do the things that need to be done. And so I think that's the answer that we want to hear from our freshmen, our sophomores, our juniors and seniors is like they care about the man next to them and then watch how hard they play and the results we get.
Need of a refresh? Whether you want a full-service home renovation or it's time to create your dream kitchen or bathroom, A. Newman Interiors has you covered. We will use our preferred pricing with major brands to choose the most perfect furniture and finish selections for any space in your home or office. A. Newman Interiors has proudly served the 4 Points community for over 10 years, and there's no better clients than our Viper fans. Call 626-310-2315 today to schedule your free consultation.
Floor Coverings International in Lakeway makes shopping for your new flooring easy. Floor Coverings International carries a full assortment of flooring to fit the purpose of the room, your lifestyle, and budget. Locally owned by Kevin Temple and family, Floor Coverings International offers free in-home consultation with a design associate. At Floor Coverings International in Lakeway, our goal is making your home flooring project a positive and convenient customer experience. Visit us today in Lakeway or online at lakeway.floorcoveringsinternational.com.
On the field, defense is everything. At Austin Dental Company, we got you protected the same way.
We accept dental insurance, and we also have in-house memberships.
Regular checkups keep you in the game. Cosmetics and Invisalign.
For championship smiles. Whether it's game day or any day, we got your smile covered.
Dr. Martin Molina and his staff welcome you to Texas Family Physicians at River Place. Texas Family Physicians provides comprehensive family medical care for men, women, and children of all ages. They specialize in adult and pediatric preventative care, hypertension, diabetes, sports medicine, and seasonal allergies, just to name a few. They also offer impact-certified baseline and post-injury concussion testing and treatment in office. Visit Texas Family Physicians online at texasfp.com. Texas Family Physicians at River Place. texasfp.com.
And we welcome you back to Dragon Stadium. 46-6 the final score. Vandegrift Vipers with a big win tonight over the Cedar Ridge Raiders. Merle, Hank, and Matt with you. Brian Spiel's caught up to head coach Drew Sanders just a couple of minutes ago down on the sidelines. Let's hear what Coach Sanders had to say about tonight's impressive Viper win.
Vype Live here with Vandegrift head coach Drew Sanders after a 46-6 win tonight. Coach, tell us about your thoughts on the game.
Well, I think, our theme this week, we pick a theme each week, and our theme this week was fight, and it was nice to see that Viper fight back tonight. People may forget we're a really proud program, and we took to heart that loss. We took to heart what people may have been saying about us. All that stuff, we took it personal, and the guys worked their tail off. They had a different sense of intensity about themselves. So just really, really proud of the way they responded tonight. All phases.
Absolutely. All phases. You hit the nail on the head, and even a pick six on defense, couple interceptions, but you got a lot of new players in tonight too. You got to be happy
everybody,
about
everybody
that.
got to play, I think. We'll have to go back and look, but I think everybody got to play. But man, tons of plays on all sides, and we had some new guys step up with all our injuries. We had some new guys have to play. You know, I had a sophomore starting at dime tonight, and there's just a lot of new people rotating in. Had a new corner, and those guys stepped up. So proud of them.
Can't ask for a better win tonight and a better way to respond. So congratulations, Coach. Go enjoy the win, okay?
I will. Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brian. Thank you, Coach, for taking the time. And, he's certainly a lot happier tonight than he was last week, with good reason. The Vipers get the impressive win. And, Hank, what are some of the numbers that you're seeing there for Vandegrift?
Well, Vipers put up a lot of points. A lot of guys got to touch the football, which is nice. We've got, let's see here. We've got Justin Moore carried the ball 9 times for 35 yards. Sam Brown had 4 carries for about 22 yards. I think the leading rusher for the game was Mr. Tiadecki. Only 3 carries, but 64 yards, including that big 48-yard touchdown run, which is the opening score of the game. Then we got a look at number 34 for the first time. That's Rian Brar, junior running back. He carried the ball 5 times for a bruising 24 yards and got some, those 3rd and shorts that were giving the Vipers trouble. He really kind of made that situation get better. Also, interestingly, Brock Chilton carried the ball 3 times in the second half for 40 yards on the reverse.
That's a new wrinkle I'm surprised we haven't seen more of.
Yeah, and it was very effective. Very effective. Great receiving performance from Chilton. As usual, he caught 5 passes for 79 yards and a touchdown. Thomas Beekler, 3 catches total for 32 yards and a touchdown. Chase Springer, 3 catches for 42 yards and a touchdown. And then we saw another debutante in the touchdown Hall of Fame is Ontario Jackman. He had 3 catches for 28 yards and a touchdown. So Miles Tiadecki ends the game with 14 completions, 22 attempts, 251 yards, 4 touchdowns, also a rushing touchdown. Big game from him. Defense, the superlatives are too numerous to list probably. Brady Cernick with a pick 6. Not Ontario Jackman, but Tobias Gray had an interception. I fought the law, and the law won. Gavin Law had a huge game on defense.
That's catching on.
Yeah, so a lot of fun. A lot of guys got to play. A lot of guys got to contribute. Big win for the Vipers.
I think they're wanting us to get out of here, so I guess we should probably wrap it up. But I do have an update here. 33-25. Hutto is now taking an 8-point lead midway through the 4th quarter there. I'm trying to get a score between Vista Ridge and McNeil before we go. We'll take a quick peek at the standings. This is the standings coming into tonight. If Hutto hangs on, they would go to 4-0. Round Rock would drop to 3-2. Who knows what's going to happen between McNeil and Vista Ridge? If Vipers improving to 3-1, that's all that matters. So, yeah. Going to be an interesting dogfight down the stretch here. Final thoughts before we get out of here?
That was a complete game. Really impressed with the way the Vipers answered this one, and this was exactly what you needed to see after that last week's loss. And hope they continue to build and get a couple more wins under their belt and either tie or somehow hold that district title at the end of all this. So let's see if they can keep it going.
Let's get ready to play on Thursday night.
Yep.
Bring home the W and get ready for another district championship.
So that's going to do it for us tonight. Special thanks again to Kimberly Lombard of the Vandegrift Football Booster Club and all of our sponsors. We'll be back with you, don't forget, next Thursday night. Sub-varsity games on Wednesday this week. The varsity game has been moved up to Thursday night when the Vipers host the Manor Mustangs. So from our broadcast partners, Hank Hudson and Matt Sanders, Brian Spielis, our sideline reporter, Christina Weber-Bertrand, our QA, who just gave us one final update here. 4th quarter score, still McNeil 38, Vista Ridge 35. By the way, you can check that broadcast out on Vype.com. The Vista Ridge broadcast is pay-per-view, but the McNeil broadcast is not. So if you go to that link, you can click on McNeil and see how that final game.
I might go do that right now.
There you go. Yeah, see how that that one all plays out here on the Vype Live Network. So thank you to Christina Weber, our Bertrand, our QA, Vice Communications Director, our Technical Director, Sina Bincott. My name is Merle Bertrand, signing out from Dragon Stadium in Round Rock, where the Vandegrift Vipers have defeated the Cedar Ridge Raiders by a final score of 46-6. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week for more Viper football right here on Vype Live. Good night, everybody.
You've been watching Vandegrift Vipers football on the Vype Live Network. Presented by our Playmaker sponsors, Independence Title, Wayne Weigelt with State Farm, and Chicken Express at 4 Points. Vandegrift Vipers football on Vype Live is also brought to you by our Black Level sponsors, Austin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and Steiner Ranch Steakhouse. And our White Level sponsors, Amanda Newman Interiors, Austin Dental, Card My Yard, Floor Coverings International, Rudy's Barbecue, Texas Family Physicians, Texas Malibu, and Tiff's Treats. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Vype Live.